Hello, folks. Episode 656 of the Boxing Asylum Nuthouse coming your way. You can find us here on Sundays, 8 o'clock in the UK, 12 Pacific time in the United States. Patreon.com/Boxing Asylum for more of the fun, including the Boxing Nutters Messenger group. That's where Justin and I were able to meet, and that's why we do the show for you British people on Sundays. But James is with us today. We got our British flavor, so we're good. We had a big weekend of action. I was very, very disappointed to watch Keith Thurman losing by stoppage to Sebastian Fundora. The ref stepped in there. Thurman was getting touched up a little bit. He got hurt a couple of times, never went down. And it was he in the press conference really wanted to go on. And I'm going to make, and everyone knows I'm a Thurman fan, so take it for a grain of salt. I'm going to say that even though he was probably on his way to losing, they should have let that fight go on. And yeah, his face is a little bit messed up there. But if you really are watching what was going on in that fight, he was taking a lot off the gloves. And Justin, I'm here to tell you, I don't know how many people I can agree with me. Most of Thurman's damage was done from his own gloves bouncing off of his face from just bouncing from Fundora's punches. He wasn't taking as much cleanly as people thought he was taking, but he was getting marked really hard because he had to keep a guard.
Well, it's you getting jabbed in the face by a 6'7" guy who gets a lot of ass behind that jab. That's going to mess your face up too. And like you said, we've seen a lot of guys get hurt by just getting hit with their own gloves because they just because the punches are still going to hurt, even though you're partially blocking them a little bit. But no, I have no problem with the stoppage. I mean, unless that fight was turning into the Mendoza fight, where his only shot was to just land some kind of haymaker, which he could have. I guess you're taking that away from him.
Yeah, and I would actually think he
landed Mendoza. He landed a couple of those shots. So I guess you are taking that from him. And I'm sure his corner were looking at the Mendoza late in that fight too. That's what their strategy was too. They know that, hey, Keith, you got to keep it close and you just got to load up on one. And that was his best shot. But I have no problem with it. He was getting busted up. He's 37 years old. I hope he does retire because Thurman doesn't really seem to me as a guy that doesn't keep up with his money. So I would think that he's not broke and that he could actually, finish his career like this. But I don't see why he has to keep going. Fundora did exactly what he was supposed to do and what he always does. He didn't change any of his strategy. He just kind of does what he does. You can either take it or you can't. And that was the end of that fight. Thurman, I think most people in the WhatsApp group, most people I've talked to expected the fight to go like this. I kind of thought it would too. I thought Thurman would. I didn't know if he would get stopped, but I know he would get beat up. But yeah, Herman needs to call this a career. He had a good run, but there's nothing left for him to prove now. You're a world champion. People are even sort of thinking you've got a Hall of Fame shot. You need to end it now. Don't pull a Roy. Because Thurman can still beat a lot of guys, but not any of the. I don't know if he could beat the top guys, and that's who he has to fight.
Well, and if he can't make welterweight anymore, he's in a rougher spot because it's harder to pick up a good win at 154. Because
he's not going to go to he's not going to 154 is not going to happen for him at all. Not with the beast, not with Boots and Virgil Ortiz and the guys up there. He's not going to be able to compete with those guys anymore. So he needs to call it quits. But Fundora, I would like to see Fundora. I think it's time for him to really. He's got to fight a top level guy now. I know that I'm not trying to talk shit about Thurman, but it's time. He's got to go back in there with. It's time to unify or.
Yeah, Boots, Ortiz, or Zayas. Let's unify some belts or some.
I would say Zayas is probably going to shouldn't be that hard to make because Top Rank really has nowhere to go. I know they signed some kind of weird deal with the zone, but I don't see why they couldn't make the Zayas
10 fights a year.
And I'm saying that makes sense. I think Fundora Zayas is a good fight. I lean just because every fight's the fucking same with Fundora, but I lean the size because I think Zayas is more talented, but I just think he's not that much more talented. And I just think Fundora wins a close fight if they fought. Hell, I want to see it. I think Ortiz and Boots could knock Fundora out. I think Ortiz knocks Fundora out, and I think Boots will just win a decision or could knock him out. But I don't think he beats either one of them. But I think he beats Zayas.
See, I would the tough thing about Thurman getting stopped, and I get everyone's points, but I honestly think, especially this new and improved Fundora, where it's a lot harder to get in the front door on him. I hate to break it to you. I don't think anybody's really going to dominate this guy. Anyone who beats him is just going to fucking time a miss, because you find yourself, when you're that tall, it's hard to throw everything and not get yourself out of position. Get your knee over your front leg.
Well, my thinking with Ortiz and Ennis is that we know how good they are, and Thurman landed some good shots last night. That's always going to be the problem with Fundora. You're going to land on him. You're going to land good shots on him. It's just how his style is, how his head's like a damn on a totem pole. I don't think he could take Ortiz or Ennis if they're landing those crisp shots like with the skill they have. I don't think he could hold up in a 12-round versus either one of those guys, because Thurman every fight Fundora takes big shots. How could he get through that Zayas, Ortiz, and Ennis without one of them clearing his clock? I don't see that happening.
Yeah, it'd be one shot, and I don't know. We'll see. James, what are your thoughts on this one? It's Fundora, who is patient on top of his game, is going to be a very difficult fighter to beat. I mean, that's the thing. This is as sharp as I'd ever seen him. He really stayed patient. He stayed disciplined, and with those physical advantages, that's tough to beat.
Yeah, I think he paced his fight really well. I think after the third, Thurman was visibly starting to disintegrate a little bit. And I think that he did a really good job of pressuring with his feet and just keeping hands on him all the time, not necessarily overloading him or throwing anything too big, but winging in that razor-sharp left hook from the southpaw and just touching him with the jab and ripping in the uppercuts at the appropriate moment. He was just chipping away at him. And I think after the fourth round, Thurman looked like quite a lonely man between rounds. And in the fifth, even though in the third he showed flashes of the fighter he could have been, he just couldn't sustain anything really. And he became a little bit more desperate as the fight went on. And so maybe it's just like a bit of Fundora's a bit of an anomaly, isn't he? And it came apart quite quickly for Thurman in this fight. And I wonder if against a more conventional fighter, at least a fighter of a more conventional dimensions, maybe he does a little bit better. Because I was thinking he would probably beat most, British level fighters at middleweight, I would say. Probably beat a fair few people in the top 10. Is the result here and the way it came about, was it just a case of coming up against a really a young, tough, hungry fighter who's adding layers to his game and has massive size advantages? I'm not sure if the performance warranted the result, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I felt a little bit bad watching Thurman because his 147 run back in the day was, pretty good. He was top of the heap after he beat Garcia. And Sean Porter as well, wasn't it? So to see him come back
he was the best of that crop. Because two fights the disappoint you that didn't happen. Thurman against Spence, I think people are a little bit too quick to write Thurman off in that fight when they were looking at it. And then obviously Thurman against Crawford, he would have given him a better, because he would have had the best legs of anyone that Crawford would have fought during that era. I mean, especially 5 years ago. Keith still had really good legs 5 years ago.
And you could see in this fight that he was really upright and he was skitting around the ring a little bit, but there's nowhere near the same level of spring. He couldn't change direction quite as quickly. He couldn't get in and out of distance. I mean, in the fifth round, he was swinging pretty wild and trying to close the distance as quickly as he could, but kind of unable to commit to his hooks. And he ended up in this really dangerous no man's land where Fundora was ripping up uppercuts and hooks, and he really could have got cleaned out quite badly. I think he did well to finish on his feet, to be honest. But I didn't have a problem with the stoppage either. I think that fight was going one way. So, I would like to see him fight on, to be honest, because Fundora's on the up, isn't he? There's not many people you'd pick against him at the minute. So Thurman could still have success. It's just whether he wants to do it at 40 years old or near enough.
Yeah, and that's a tough call, especially when you're used to like kind of the limelight. You don't want to take it was enough of a pill for him to swallow to go to Australia to smack around Brock Jarvis. I don't think he can take another pill. But I don't know. Des, what were your thoughts on this? I mean, Sebastian is just, you think about an 18-foot ring, guy with an 80-inch wingspan, that's tip to tip. I mean, basically standing at center ring, he's probably 2 large paces away from pinning anybody against the ropes. The dimensions, it's hard to comprehend how they work in a boxing ring.
Yeah, it is. And hello, Matty and James and Justin. I hope you're all well. How's the crack? You all okay? I've not spoken to you for a while.
The crack is good. I got it from Hunter Biden.
No, good. I mean, last night was no surprise, surely. Fundora is 10 years younger than Keith. Keith's had his career. And since July 2019, Keith Thurman's boxed twice and Sebastian Fundora's boxed 11 times. So you're going against, you've got a very young, active kid on the up against an aging fighter who's inactive. So even if you look at the dynamics of the two and the disadvantages Keith's got going in, just the pure age and activity tells you that this wasn't a fight they expected Keith to win. In fact, this is probably more about name on resume. And that's what he's got, and that's what he achieved. I'm not quite sure if Keith's dynamics and his traits were ever going to be translatable to this type of fight, because Keith was very much a jab, right hand, left hook type of guy. He enjoyed stepping in, working in the circle, then stepping out. And I don't think you can get away with that against Fundora. Now, I don't think Fundora is a monster. I know he's tall and he's rangy and he can punch, but I think he's gettable. But I think it'll take a young, active, fresh fighter that's ball strong, that knows how to look after himself in the pocket. And when you know how to look after yourself in the pocket, you press in that space. You press the fighter backwards. You throw, which stops him throwing. So you've got to have a bit of a punch. You've got to be a bit of a puncher, and you've got to have really good timing. And if you get someone like that, and that's Boots, that's Ortiz, that could even be a Madrimov, them guys would take Fundora into a place you haven't seen before. But you do need to be the right age. You need to be very active. You can't be someone on the slide. You can't be an aging fighter. And you need to have a lot of confidence in your feet to know that I can press this kid. I'm talking about Fundora now. I can press him, push him going backwards and see what he's like. I'm not sure if we've ever seen Fundora fight going backwards. And that's what you need to do with him. And Keith wasn't in that place last night. So no surprises. And I've not got a problem with a stoppage either. I thought the referee called that right. And I know there's been a lot of flack thrown at the referee. And Keith Thurman was really unhappy about the stoppage. But that referee stopped Keith getting really hurt last night, because Keith wasn't going to get knocked out and put to sleep hurt, but he was going to take a sustained beating, and he was really badly marked up. We've never seen Keith Thurman look like that. So I agree with the call. No arguments there at all. I thought it was a good performance by Fundora. It's what he had to do, but I don't think we're ever going to see the questions we want asked about Fundora from the likes of Keith Thurman.
Well, Des, don't all fighters say they would rather get knocked out cold than to get the shit kicked out of them?
They do say that.
It's better for your brain.
Yeah,
it's better for like your health if you just get knocked out instead of just like a sustained. Because look at all the brain injuries we've had over the years. They're always
I see,
beatings.
Justin. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, 100% right. Yeah, to get knocked out is much safer than getting a sustained beating over 8 or 9 rounds. 100%.
Everybody gets the brain bleeds, or people that took like poundings for like 10 or 12. Like that's where like Ibrahimov, that was just a beating. And that's why he got
you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. I was probably just had a little bit of relative contempt for the refs that night, because they made some pretty bad stoppages earlier on the card. And there's the thing about it too. I think one of those choices, I'm trying to remember who ref the fight, you might have taken away a chance you really see a guy who might challenge Fundora, because bad stoppage or not, I have never seen anybody treat Terrell Gaucher the way that Yoenli Hernandez did. Yoenli Hernandez was probably winning every second of that fight. Bad stoppage. That wasn't. I was looking like, for what reason? But Gaucher was getting fucking worked. Yoenli Hernandez could be a big problem for some fighters if he gets his chance. You're going to want to keep an eye on him. This dude very well could wind up legit. But Justin, the stoppage was garbage, trash, caca.
Yeah, we know how Gaucher. That's how Gaucher has been fighting for the last like 7 years. If he loses the fight, he's getting beat up, but not really. He just kind of looks like that. I know that sounds stupid, but that's kind of how Gaucher is. I think Gaucher would have finished that fight. Honestly, he's just tough. But I mean, I don't have a bad issue with it. But was that the same referee who did it 2 in a row? Who stopped 2 fights? It was the same referee.
Was that the one who fought? Did he stop Big Gerg too?
Yeah, he did 2 in a row like that. So Thurman wouldn't have made it past the 4th round if that guy had been refereeing. He would have stopped it after that. I get where he's coming from. Gaucher doesn't have the power to turn that around at all. He never has. So it was not going to be good for him. Just like the guy versus Big Gerg or whatever the fuck he is. Big Gug. I can't remember what the hell he called himself, but that guy wasn't going to turn that around either. So I don't get that upset about it. They were early, but hell, I mean, the guys weren't going to win. They just weren't. I mean, Gaucher is not a puncher at all. He never has been. He doesn't have any kind of power.
He's sneaky puncher. He's knocked down a good number of fighters.
Yeah, but he's
sneaky.
I didn't see that last night, but I get what you're saying. And then the Gug fight, he was starting to put it on that guy, but I think that guy was still in it. He was still throwing back. It's not like he was just getting – a lot of those shots weren't clean shots that he was getting hit with.
He was in better shape when the fight was stopped than when he got hit with 5 right hands in a row.
So he wasn't like so I don't really have an issue with that. The referee, that's what he's there for. Screw it. I mean, unless it's horrible, I never have an issue with the stoppage unless it's just like it looks corrupt stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks like he did it for a real reason, but I have no problem with that shit.
Yeah.
I just like Big Gug because I'm a big I like the all denim trainers. So I'm always going to be a big fan of Goosen.
The Canadian tuxedo lives on in the hearts of
people don't like it, but I've always been a fan of Goosen.
I like him too.
Because I love Diego Corrales.
I like Chico too.
And he was his trainer. So I always have a thing with Goosen because he gave me one of my favorite moments of all time in boxing when he fired him up for the knockout. So I'll always remember Goosen. I'll always root for his fighters. And I don't care who he's training. I will always root for a Goosen guy just because of Corrales.
The fact that he motivated Corrales in the 10th, but I'll tell you this one, like Goosen has ice water running through his veins. Like his voice was as mellow as could fucking be at the end of the day, talking to Corrales, putting his mouthpiece in and shit. Like the dude is fucking cool as a cucumber.
And that's why he keeps getting hired because he doesn't. You want your trainer to be like that in moments like that. Some fighters need the Teddy Atlas of the world. They need that guy to do that. Some don't. And I think Goosen kind of knows to be a good trainer, you have to kind of know what your guy needs. Does he need me to do the rah-rah, slap him in the face shit? Or does he need me just to tell him what to do and send him back out there? Teddy Atlas was more of the, I'm going to start screaming firemen and that was his style. I guess everybody has their own. And then, what's his freaking face? Wild Card Jim guy, he couldn't talk anymore, so you couldn't understand what the hell he was saying anyway. Freddie Roach. I don't even know. I know this sounds bad, but if I couldn't understand a word he said, so I don't know how the hell he was training anybody.
That's tougher. Yeah,
it is. You can't understand anything. So that's a different level of training. That might just be you just hope maybe you guessing what he's saying, but not trying to joke on Teddy, not trying to make fun of him, but that's a different level. But yeah, Joe Goosen, he's so calm. That is the way it should. I like trainers like that. I don't like the guys that scream and slap their face and go insane because that doesn't work most of the time.
No, that's pretty intense.
You need to tell them what to do.
So here, let me see. James, how much of this undercard did you see?
I literally saw the Thurman card, the Thurman fight just before we came on, so nothing from the card for me.
Des, did you see anything else from the card?
No, I was back in British last night. I was supporting a brilliant, magnificent 7 card. I just called Thurman and Fundora earlier on the day.
No. So I guess this is between Justin and I. So the 3 fights, you had the Thurman stoppage, you had the stoppage of Gaucher, and the Hovhannissian stop and that Hispanic dude. If you ranking them in order from best stoppage to worst stoppage, where are you going to rank those, Justin?
I guess you would go with Fundora because it was a bigger fight.
So that was the best stoppage. You thought that one was the most legit. Okay.
I think Gaucher was the second, and then Big Gug really wasn't a stoppage. That was just, I mean, that was. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, I think the worst stoppage was the Gaucher one because like.
Oh, you mean worst or the best stoppage?
Yeah, like ranking them like the Fundora was the most legitimate down to the least legitimate.
Okay, yeah, Fundora was the third. If you go worst to best, it was Gaucher, then it was Big Gug, and then it was Fundora.
Yeah, I can buy that.
I don't know.
I don't
know where they're going to go with it. I think they're just setting up the big Armenian guy to cash out soon, and he will cash out. They're going to cash him out with somebody. I don't know who the hell they could cash.
They got to find an Azerbaijani fighter and make some money off of this shit.
You got Jalilov. He's waiting for somebody to cash out on.
There you go. Fuck that guy. Yeah.
I just wish you took
amateur tournaments.
I just wish you took it more serious because he might be. Maybe this is just me. He might be one of the most talented. He just doesn't. He makes so much money doing other shit. I don't think he's ever took the pro part of it, serious.
Yeah. Yeah, you're making so much money. That's true. But yeah,
they pay him $2-3 million a year, give him a car and a house.
And then he goes and he gets to compete for like these $300,000 prizes.
So why would he take the pro serious? He makes if he went to Zuffa, he would definitely make less. So he's fine what he's doing now. I saw that Elijah Garcia, did he lose that fight versus Newman? I didn't get to see the decision.
So I was going to talk about that. So that one, let me pull that up. That was a fun fight on the undercard actually.
Yeah.
As far as action goes, I thought that was pretty good. But Kevin Newman Jr. had Roy Jones Jr. in his corner, and Roy fired him up. He's like, "You want to fucking go out there and do this? Not, you might as well just quit boxing. Go do something else." I mean, he got under his.
Well, at least Roy was training somebody we've heard of.
Yeah, and I thought it was a kind of a pretty close fight, and I think I actually leaned Garcia, and there was a draw card, and then Eric Cheek had it 98-92 for Kevin Newman, and I'm like, what? That's awful. David Sutherland 96-94 for Newman, giving him the biggest win of his career, and it was what I saw. I didn't catch the entire fight. I think I missed the first 3 rounds, so a little bit up in the air for that one, but it was.
I got the final 6. I got the final 6 rounds, and well, see, you remember Garcia was getting built as a big dog prospect. They were really pushing him. I think we finally found out what he really is now.
I think, they're thinking that he was probably going to be able to compete with like a Jesus Ramos down the road.
He can't do that. That's not going to happen now.
No, he's stuck in opponent purgatory at this point in time.
I think he sold a lot of tickets. He had a lot of people behind him, but it's just not enough substance.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the fucking craziest fight on this card, though, despite all this shit, for people who didn't see it, it was on. I feel like this one might have been on the untelevised. No, this was on the televised card. But Yoenis Tejas and Brian Mendoza. What a fucking batshit fight this was.
And what a headbutt.
Yeah. So the first 3 rounds, kind of nip and tuck. And then Mendoza goes into a crouch. Tejas misses with a shot going over top, kind of falls in. At the same time, Mendoza is bringing his head back up and catches Tejas square in the nose.
Yeah,
and you're looking, what the fuck happened? Because Tejas is now down on his knees in pain, and you're like, what the hell? They show the replay, nasty. And then they go to the canvas below him, and just a pool of blood. I mean, dumped.
You remember it was funny. It's funny because Abner Barnes was like, I know we're supposed to be men, and we're boxers. He's like, but if that was me, hey, let's go ahead and take that notice. Let's take that no contest.
Yeah.
Let's move on. He went after
In the
Barr
third
said
round.
Because he had a battle. He had to go to war after that cut, after that nose headbutt.
Mm-hmm. I thought that he was fucked because I thought he can't. He almost was for shit. Mendoza just has to keep the pressure on. Yes. He's going to have the better tank, and it's something that he can manage to take him out late. And Tejas just kept fighting him. It was still some close rounds, a good fight all in all, but he got the win. I thought he was fucked when he decided to continue.
That was a bad. Honestly, that's a
fucked.
Bad career decision to finish that fight. He didn't need to go those final 6 rounds. That is going to hurt his career more than it helped. Because all they would have done is been like, you know what? Let's just run these guys back. And if by a couple of months, we'll get them back in there. That was a fight he did not have to go to war because he was handily beating Mendoza in that fight until the headbutt. He had it real easy. I know you got to be tough, but sometimes it's like, hey, let's let me get the hell out of here. Because I guarantee his nose was broke.
Oh, yeah.
It was broke. You could tell it was broke. His eyes were swelling. He didn't need to take that. It was he wasn't being a wimp. It's just there's no reason to go through that when the guy breaks your damn nose with his head. You maybe should just say, hey, you know what? Let's just move on. Let's just move on from this.
Dude, I got to give him he was just an absolute fucking G.
Yeah, he was.
Just one of those things that guy gained my respect. He could have taken the way out. And I would, again, like you said, I would have held it against him. Like, Jesus Christ, that's
Abner Mares. You got to listen to Abner Mares. He pretty much almost lost his eye because he kept going in fights.
Yeah, he's got the detached retina.
Yeah. So he knows when he says, you know what, maybe you should just fight the next one. Because his eyes all jacked up because he was a warrior and wouldn't stop.
Yeah, it was, live to fight another day. But hey,
oh, yeah.
he got the win, and now people are going to be wanting to see Tejas again. 100%. I could see him potentially getting in there against Fundora if they're running out of options.
Because it's funny, though, that you got a guy like Whitaker, who we all know bullshitted his injury. And then you got a guy like Tejas who absolutely had a legit reason, and he kept going. That's what separates the men from the boys in boxing, period.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, I was impressed.
We've seen so many guys quit for stupid reasons just to get away with it, and he was fucked, and he decided to keep going. That right there is what separates a man from just a guy out here doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some things I didn't catch on that card. The son of lightweight Bob continues. He's 7-0 now or 8-0. So lightweight Bob Jr. Continuing. Also fighting at lightweight. And trying to think if there's anything else. Nah, that's probably fucking good enough for me. There's a draw in there that I didn't see. That's a shame. 10-round one too. Damn it. Love those. Christian Candilosi against Miguel Angel Hernandez. I kind of want to see that one now. So, yeah, that was the fight. And let's hop over to some British shit here. Moses Itauma. It's getting harder and harder to say that this guy isn't the goods. Taking out Jermaine Franklin in, 5 rounds and never really being in trouble on the way. I caught 4 different ways in the first round that he was throwing his right hand or his left hand specifically different, working that right hook too. He had all the shots and it was just, beating Franklin up along the way. And once again, with a knockout moving backwards, this time with a nasty uppercut. And Franklin was toast. And the corner of Franklin apparently would like that stoppage to be in my discussion of what was the worst one this week. But no, this one was the most reasonable of any of those stoppages. Des, it was a hell of a performance from the young man, and he's skilled. No one's done this to Franklin before. Kind of the way nobody had done this to Thurman before. Nobody had done this to Jermaine Franklin before. He'd been in there with some decent names.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it in front of our very eyes. This kid can really fight, and it's probably not so much about who Itauma's beating at the minute. It's probably how he's going about it. And every time you think he might get some rounds. Every time you think he's in there with someone that knows how to look after themselves and might fiddle him about a little bit, he just has the remedy for him. He just knows how to work around them. And what we saw last night, and let's be clear, Gerard Anderson, who at one point was America's best prospect in the heavyweight division, his team avoided Jermaine Franklin and took the Piccoli fight because they have such high regard for Jermaine Franklin. I've spoken to people in America that knew Jermaine from the amateurs. He's a very, very capable operator, state champion, worked his way into the pros, 20-0, come over to the UK, pacified AJ, got him in reactionary mode. I thought he nicked it against Dillian Whyte. This was a really credible bit of matchmaking. It's really progressive. And we saw very early on, I think it's close to round 2, Jermaine was trying to set traps. He was trying to get Moses to walk onto something. But Moses has got that really impressive combination of traits, which is good timing, good judging of distance, and really fast hands. So what Franklin worked out was, when I throw something, he counters me with his fast hands. He understands distance. He's got really good timing. So all I can do now is stop throwing or overthink when I let my hands go. And then what you become is a punch bag. And as tough as he is, you can't keep walking backwards, hands up against a kid like Moses. You've got to offer something. But he discovered what a lot of opponents against really good kids discover. When I let my hands go, I cop it. Throw into the mix of good traits with Moses, he can punch as well. So you end up getting heavy bagged. And that's what happened last night. I haven't got to go too much into this. It was there to be seen. Even the non-boxing fan could see that Moses Itauma is the goods. He's really capable. He's got really good feet, fast hands. He can punch. He's got a really good IQ. At this point, it's quite interesting. We might come on to that. Who do we see offering Moses a really big challenge in the heavyweight division? And that's something for you to talk about a little bit later on. But at this level, and I'm talking above European, into the top 5 heavyweights of the world, I think Moses is there. I think Moses is absolutely there. And it's now what we've been saying for the last 12 months about Moses on this pod. It's about matching him correctly, getting him the right opponent that can give him rounds. Yesterday was definitely a step in the right direction, but I think Queensbury need to find another 3 of them. Let's get 2026 out of the way. Let's get Moses in another 3 fights like last night, where we can try and get him somewhere close to, 12 and 24 rounds over his next 3 fights. And if we can do that, I think you'll see Moses clean this division up. And that's not to underplay all the guys that are there, but I just think the trajectories are right. I think Moses is better than the guys that are still going to be there next year. And I think a lot of the guys that could offer Moses problems won't be the same fighters next year. I think the time is going to be right for Moses. Very good fighter. Really impressed with last night.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they match him. I think, there's little tests that you got to go through along the way, and there's still a couple that we're waiting for. We got to see his chin get checked. And eventually, somebody will probably do that. But who, I do not know.
Matty, I think they're going to, before we talk about the top echelons of the division, I think they've got to look at guys like an Andy Ruiz, a Gerald Miller.
They're going to put him in with Anderson. They're going to put him in with Anderson. That's why Frank Barron got a piece.
Yeah, I think Piccoli would be a good match for him. I think Hrgovic might offer something for the first half. I think you need big guys that have got really good IQ.
You think Hrgovic is going to get through Dave Allen, Des? Oh,
yeah, I do, yeah.
How foolish is you're crazy, sir. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess maybe that's what. You're looking at both of those. You got Dave Allen against Hrgovic. Be still our hearts. I know fans who haven't heard any of that yet. And you have who is it that they're putting Anderson in with? I'm trying to think. Not Reactpor, not TKV. Was Fraser Clark? No, David Adelaide. Maybe it was.
It's Fraser Clark. Is it?
It's thinking it is Fraser Clark. I think
it is.
No, Fraser Clark's going to be Justice Hooney, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. That's right. Hooney's going to knock out.
Maybe it was David Adelaide that they were putting him in with. Because there's something soon against
David Adelaide. The thing about it is, though, he might be American, but Anderson sucks. And I think Adelaide Adelaide has a legit chance to beat him. I think that TKV probably would give him a fight. I think Itauma knocks Anderson out within 5 rounds just because look what Vianello did to him. Look what Charles Martin was in there with him. Look what his loss was. Anderson doesn't take it serious. He's not that good. He is going to get destroyed by anybody decent. That's a fight that it looks good on paper, but come on.
If I could just offer something, I think you're gonna find it hard to match Moses, but I think what you've got to look at is short term. You've got to say who can we bring in that's going to fancy it in the first half. Who's going to go for it? Who's got good size and good IQ? And I think someone like a Bacoli, a Hergovic, an Andy Ruiz, a Miller, them guys, you can almost guarantee, a bit like Franklin, we're going to get 5 or 6 rounds out of them. And I think that's probably the best you can hope for at the moment because Moses is looking really good.
He needs a guy like this. I think what you're saying is he needs a guy that's going to want to win. Franklin last night, I don't know what happened, but this is just me, and I'm going to disagree with everything everybody's saying about Itauma. Franklin's not any good. He went against a washed Joshua who just was not there. Franklin just didn't do a whole hell of a lot. He just was tough and he'd get knocked out. He almost beat a trash Dillian White, who was gone 12 years ago, was washed. Franklin, for some reason, I think Des said this, he kept backing up. It was a weird display by Franklin. It was like, I'm going to box on the back foot. It was almost like Franklin was terrified in a way of Itauma because he did not really want to engage with him. He made it so easy for Itauma to do what he wanted to do. Right now, Itauma, I don't think he beats Cabello. I think Cabello's Itauma's not ready for that kind of style at Cabello. He doesn't beat a Usyk. He does. Well, we don't know what the hell Tyson Fury's doing. Joshua, he probably beats Joshua because Joshua can't take a shot anymore. So that would probably be Wardley. You don't know with Wardley because we don't know if Itauma can take a shot or not. Dubois, who the hell knows? Dubois goes down all the time. Ecoli is just huge, who's so freaking awkward. Who the hell knows what the hell Ecoli is going to look like? If he fought Zhang, he better get through the first 2 rounds and then he knocks Zhang out because Zhang can't go past 2 rounds. Anderson, he destroys. Andy Ruiz, who the hell knows what that fat bastard is going to show up and do? He might be 280. He might be 500 pounds.
I thought he was going Zuffa anyways.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, he's going to be Zuffa in it. I like Itauma. I'm not trying to talk shit about Itauma, but right now, he doesn't beat the top 2 or 3. But next year, when they're all gone, Itauma has got it wide open then. Who's going to beat Itauma once they leave? Nobody. There's nobody left.
You don't think Moses beats Dubois, Justin?
That Dubois is a enigma for me. We don't really know what Dubois, every fight is a little bit different with him. Is he going to how's he going to it's just weird with Dubois. I think Dubois beats Wardley. I just think Wardley can't keep going to the well every time and get a win. Wardley has done it every fight he's in. He has to dig deep to something to pull it out. I don't think he can keep doing that every single time. But Itauma, there's a lot of money fights for him. There's a lot of stuff he can get into. I think what's going to help Itauma and also what's going to hurt him, what's going to help him is that the division is clearing out as far as the top guys. Usyk's fighting a freaking kickboxer on top of a pyramid. Fury's 380 pounds and doesn't give a shit anymore. Joshua, who knows? Joshua is kind of gone anyway. And then his best friends die in a car wreck. So Joshua, we don't know what kind of mental state he's in.
Justin, if they both had a 12-week camp, who wins, Moses or Dubois?
If I had to bet money, I'm leaning Itauma just because I can't put any faith behind Dubois because I don't know what he's going to.
If they had a 12-week camp, who wins, Moses or AJ?
I think Moses beats AJ. I just think AJ mentally doesn't have it anymore. If he ever did have it, honestly.
If they had a 12-week camp, Moses or Wardley?
Oh, definitely Moses. Because I told you, Wardley is, you're going to be able to hurt him, and I don't think he'll get up from Itauma because this is a different puncher he's fought than anybody else.
I agree.
He would sleep Wardley. Yeah. He would sleep Wardley. The guys I don't think he beats right now, and they're going to think about it. Next year at this time, he could probably beat a Caballero, but he's not going to fight Caballero for another year or two, if ever.
Yeah. Caballero's not going to give up that Usyk shot.
No, and Usyk is, God knows what the hell Usyk's doing. I just hope that Usyk doesn't stay around long enough where one of these young guys gets him just because he decided, hey, I'm going to hang around for 8 extra years. Usyk should be retired. He should, after this kickboxer, he shouldn't even fight anymore. What's he got left to prove? If Usyk fights Wardley or Itauma, to me, that is a waste of a career fight when you've already proven all you have to prove. Why go in there versus these guys? You don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to pass no stupid torch or none of that crap. It's not like passing the Mexican torch to another Mexican fighter. You don't have to do that shit. Usyk needs to worry about his own crap. I like Itauma, but the only thing left, and Matt said it, the only thing left he has to prove is, can you take a hellacious shot? He hasn't done that yet. We don't know. Once that happens, if he's got a chin on him, he's going to be extremely hard to beat if he can take a shot because he's so skilled. That's the problem. We don't know. We don't know until and there's no, who's out there that can bang, that can really legitimately bang like that.
No, I don't think the guy that beats Moses has got to necessarily be a big puncher. He's got to have someone that's got a very high ring IQ, someone that knows how to fit it around.
Tyson Fury, fucking 7-8 years ago, with a box circle.
Yes,
right. So you need someone with. You need someone with the athleticism and the ring IQ of a Fury. You need somebody ability and the IQ of an Usyk. You need someone with a savvy and the ring smarts of a Caballero. But even then, so this isn't a conversation about. And let me be clear on this, because I want to make myself absolutely 100% categorically clear. We're not giving Moses all of this attention, and we're not saying how good he is on the back of the guys he's beaten. This is not a resume discussion. Our eyes don't lie to us. You either see it or you don't. This kid can fight. If you don't see it, you can wait till he has the resume. But I can see it. This kid is the goods. So
he can fight. There's no doubt about it. No doubt.
If he fights AJ in 12 weeks' time, he beats AJ.
Yeah.
Given 12 weeks' notice, if he fights Dubois, he pushes Dubois backwards, runs rings around him, similar to what Alexander Usyk did, and beats him. Fabio Wardley, I think Moses would have just too much of Fabio. And I'd love to know how that goes in the gym, because they're both under the same trainer. But I think Moses beats Fabio as well. So I'm a bit with you, Justin, in the sense that I think he beats them guys. And I'm looking, if he's given 12 weeks from now, or 12 weeks camp, I think Usyk's a problem for anyone. I think Fury, because of his size, his dimensions, and his ring IQ, his ring smarts, and his athleticism in boxing, I think Tyson Fury could even old man someone like a Moses this year.
Right now, now he could.
Yeah, and a Caballero, I think I put Caballero alongside of Moses. I think they're two guys that I think beat a lot of guys in this division. But outside of the three I've just mentioned, I think Moses is a massive problem for anyone. And I'll say it again, not because of his resume. It's because I know how good he is. Sometimes you get a footballer, he gets half an hour here, half an hour there, because they're bedding him in, and you know he's a player. You don't have to go to World Cups to know he's world class. I know what I'm looking for. Moses can fight. Moses is the goods. So it's just about getting the right fights for him and letting this marinate a little bit. And that's why when we talk about such a talent like Moses and how we bring him on, we're looking at guys that are big, got good size, will fancy the job for the first 5 or 6. And that might be some guys that you might consider washed. That might be guys that have never held world titles. But that's what Moses needs right now. He needs rounds, because there's going to come a time when he crosses the line. And when he's there, he needs to have the rounds in the bank. So that's what we're looking for now for Moses. So whether it's a Miller, a Zhang, a Bacoli, a Ruiz, whether it's a Hrgovic, we need to try and get another 20-odd rounds from Moses this year. And that's the job of matchmaking now. That's how the people around Moses will be thinking. How do we get 24 rounds out of Moses in 2026? Who can we bring in?
A Bacoli in shape is the kind of fight he needs. Not a fat Bacoli, not a 400-pound.
Yeah.
He needs you get a serious, half-ass serious Bacoli. That's a guy that will come out and really make Itauma. That's the round you need. Like you said, not a in shape Bacoli is what he needs. Guys, like you said, like Bacoli will come out, and yes, Bacoli's not a world beater, but he's good enough. If he is wanting it, he's going to give Itauma a good fight. That's what he needs. A guy that's going to – hell, I think Itauma is not far off of a Joseph Parker at this point. We know where Parker's kind of at right now. I think Parker's a good fight for him pretty soon. That's a good test.
Yeah, but he's got the cocaine suspension.
Oh, well, come on. It didn't – I think the cocaine – if you're a fighter and you're sucking and snorting down cocaine left and right, who gives a shit? Let him box. My God. Let him just – and let him box. I don't give a shit if he's doing heroin in the damn corner. It ain't going to help. It ain't going to affect his boxing career. Let him. If Parker wants to sell drugs allegedly and do coke, put him in the ring anyway. I don't really. I think Parker would take the fight. You know he would. He don't give a shit. I don't think Parker cares about taking that fight. I don't think Bacoli would not turn it down at all, because he don't really give a shit either. He'll fight him. I mean, look, he fought Parker on notice. I don't think he would care. Get him in versus I mean, if you're going to do Dez's plan and make him fight at least twice more this year, sling a damn Villanello out there. He'll give him at least 3 or 4 rounds of something. I mean, there's guys that'll push him and give him something, a little taste that he hasn't seen.
It's honestly a shame that Ajagba is with Zuff, because he'd actually Ajagba's the kind of guy that I think would be a good one for him.
So what's going to happen with Itauma is this is my career prediction for him. He's going to win a title because all the other guys are not going to be there anymore. And he's going to hold it for a while because there's nobody that's going to be able to test him and beat him right now. There's nobody in his little area. Now, because you can't count Usyk and you can't count him right now. So let's just say let's say Usyk doesn't exist. Everybody else in that little area, Itauma is just as good as, and probably better. That's where he's going to reign for a little bit, because there's just nobody out there. The depth is not there right now in the heavyweight.
He could end up dominating the division for a period of years until like one of those Uzbek or other former Soviet states who are just dominating. There's some great boxers from Tajikistan now.
Yeah,
some of those guys could come out of nowhere, and you're like, what in the fuck skills does this guy have? Oh my God, it's rather stunning. But James, we haven't heard your take on this one on this one yet. Again, just a really skillful performance, kind of abilities beyond his years, I think is how I'd like to describe Itauma in what I see from him in the ring.
Well, I feel conflicted listening to this, because on one hand, I agree with these hypothetical matchups that we're talking about. I would pick him against most other heavyweights. I think he's comfortably top 5, but I'm also acutely aware that up to now, he's faced very little by way of resistance. And if you compare it to someone like Tyson Fury, he was dropped early on in his career, had that war with John McDermott. There were certain boxes that were already ticked by this point. And I think that with Itauma, I completely agree. The eye test is completely there. And the knockout yesterday was beautiful. But we're talking about this on the back of a victory against an opponent who was selected for his durability. He wasn't really a threat as such. And he was, as everyone's alluded to, fairly negative within the fight itself. So even though it was another box ticked for Itauma, I'd be a little bit wary of throwing him in there against just anyone at the moment. I think, was it Justin that said Vianello a moment ago? That'd be quite a good next step. I wouldn't be putting him anywhere near potential like Bacoli. I think that would be a bit of a nightmare for him, to be honest. And I think the Parker fight would be okay, only because of his lack of dynamic movement. I think that's Itauma's great strength. I think like the way he commits to feints and his balance and the way he's able to shift out of the way and counterpunch on the move. I think especially at this point in his career when he's still got that spring in his step, I think those are just lethal punches that are going to cause anyone problems. But I would stop short of saying he'll, reign for X amount of years, because we've seen so many highly touted fighters get derailed by just some guy at one or other point in their career. So as much as I would like to get on the hype train, I'm not quite there yet. I do think he needs to face some adversity.
Yeah, sometimes they get derailed by themselves too. It's all the choices that you make oftentimes as well. So that's another hurdle. But I can't say that I've heard about like anything about Itauma outside of the ring, and that's a good sign. Yeah, that means he keeps his nose clean. So yeah, onwards and upwards for Moses Itauma there, obviously.
Matty.
Yeah,
Matty. One thing I'd like to come back on there. The reason why Jermaine Franklin found himself in retreat mode and almost recovery mode from round 2 onwards was because he worked out that every time I open up, every time I let my hands go, I'm getting caught. And because Moses can punch, you end up thinking, right, I'm going to overthink this now. I'm going to throw only shots that I know I can land. But because Moses' judging of distance is so good, them shots never come. And you end up becoming a heavy bag. And this happens. It used to happen to Nazim Hamed's opponents. Every time they let their hands go, they cop one back. And they can't go 1 for 1. Moses and people like that, their hands are too quick and they hit too hard at that level. So they end up becoming very passive. They go into recovery retreat mode. And you think, well, why is he not doing more? It's because in the moment, under the lights, he discovered that I can't let my hands go. And that's what we saw last night. We saw a very capable operator in Franklin go into retreat mode very early, because he discovered that when I let my hands go, there's a very good chance this is going to go early. So what they do is try and think, can I fiddle this kid to the 5th round? Can I fiddle him to the 7th round? Can I somehow get him into the second half? But that doesn't come, because Moses, again, distance, timing, hand speed, he's got good power. He's got really good shot selection. You saw that with a knockout. But when do we talk about heavyweights like we are talking about with Moses? When do we see heavyweights put people to sleep in that fashion as well, looking for them type of shots, hitting you with uppercuts on the button and putting people out on their feet? And the comparison can always be made. We spoke about Gerard Anderson and we spoke about Bermain Stavern and we've spoken about David Price. None of them guys have ever looked like what Moses has been looking like. So I think the eye test is what tells us. And if we're all boxing fans and you've been watching boxing for a long time, you know what a really good fighter looks like early doors. And this is one of them.
Yeah, Des, I agree with you, to be honest. I mean, his coordination for his size and his inventiveness, it's quite unusual, and he's fully committed. It's just that, not to say that Franklin didn't have good reason to go into retreat mode. It's just that it has all been one-way traffic. And like you say, that's probably a testament to Itauma's ability more than anything else. I'm really interested in where they go next with him, because if they pick someone out of the top hat, someone like a Josie Parker, say, if he wasn't on suspension, then you're thinking, okay, he's going to get some resistance. I just want to see that next step. That's all before I go all in with him, I think.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I do get that. And I think we spoke about this probably 18 months ago. The hardest part with Moses is matching him and getting him rounds. And there ain't many Kevin Johnsons out there anymore. And look, let's let's make the comparison. We probably all on this pod remember when Daniel Dubois was coming through, and he was a monster. He was sensational. you know, that 19-year-old British champion, or before that, too young to win a British title. I think Moses looks a lot better fighter than what Daniel ever looked. I think Moses looks a lot better than what Joe Joyce ever looked. Audley Harrison, Anthony Joshua. Like, your eyes don't lie to you. So, you know, look, someone can always say, well, he ain't beat this fella and he's only fought them and we haven't seen much of him yet. And they can always reference other guys that fell at a certain hurdle. But I don't know, just having watched boxing a long time and having been around a lot of fighters in a lot of gyms, when I look at Moses, he looks to me like he's the goods. He really looks like a talent.
Yeah, for me, I let off. I thought the fact that he found 4 different ways to throw and land his left hand in the first round speaks a lot of his IQ. I think the only shot I didn't see him really throw at all in the fight was like a kind of a shovel uppercut instead of the big one coming from the bottom. But I mean, it's one fucking punch. Who cares? He had everything, and he threw him at the right times. He's got great punch selection, great timing, finds the openings. So we shall see where that goes. Where he goes next, God knows. There's a lot of options out there. Let's see here. What else would you? I didn't see a whole lot of this card, as I said. Why don't we go? Let's see here. Justin, you saw Willie Hutchinson and Ezra Taylor, didn't you?
Yep.
All right. You go ahead and break that one down for me. A UD win for Willie.
Well, I think you mentioned last week that Taylor didn't really have a good resume or like a deep resume, and Hutchins did.
Not particularly, yes.
And I think that's what happened last night. I think he just kind of got, I guess you would say, old man a little bit. I think the experience for Hutchinson played in that fight last night. I didn't like Hutchinson. He danced so much, stupid. I thought he would get tired after a while because it was so like wasted movement that he was doing last night. But he made it all the way through. I think he just frustrated Taylor. You could tell Taylor on his face. He was just frustrated. He couldn't get off. There was a couple of times that he had a right hand that was there for him, and he just kind of like held it up. He didn't throw it. Hutchinson just, like I said, that's the best way I could put it. He old man him. He out-experienced him, however you want to put it. And Taylor just could not find the answer for Hutchinson. He just couldn't. The movement was throwing him off. The different angle shots were throwing him off. He just could not get into the fight. Could not get his feet into it. He just could not get a foothold. And that was the whole story of the fight last night. He just could not get into that fight. And so that was a good win for Hutchinson. I know a lot of people in the WhatsApp group, I think he's a mixed bag. I think either you like him or you hate him. I don't think there's a lot of people that like him, and I don't think it's just he's one of those guys that he says a lot of shit. But Taylor
I'm relatively indifferent to him.
Yeah, I don't really care either way. I'm like you, whatever. But I didn't care who won last night either, and Taylor just could not get into it. I think it was a calculated risk that didn't pay off, is the best way I could put that fight last night. They thought their guy was ready for that moment, and obviously he wasn't. It's simple as that. He just wasn't ready for that fight last night. He had not built up enough talent on his resume for that kind of style, and Hutchinson just outworked him. Just kind of, it was just a weird fight. It wasn't a great fight at all. I thought it was a boring fight, to be honest with you, because Hutchinson was on his feet a lot, on toes a lot. He was doing different angles, and Taylor just couldn't do anything with him. As simple as that.
All right. So let's see here. What else? See, I saw the better part of the Nathan Heaney, Jerome Warburton fight there. Warburton, small underdog in there, getting the W over Heaney, who should probably call it a day. I don't know. When it comes to Nathan Heaney, like he was able to eat off of that Denzel Bentley win for quite some time there, but he's just not a dynamic fighter. He's too upright, and I feel like he pushes his punches more than turns the screw on him. I don't know. He's a pretty easy out for your regular capable fighters, in my opinion.
Yeah, and everything you said there, I know where you're coming from. Nathan is a very, very big ticket seller. It goes a long way.
Yeah, he seems a likable guy. Yeah.
He's a ridiculous ticket seller. He's like a northern version of Johnny Fisher. He sells huge amounts of tickets, and he's done ever so well to pick up a British title on this journey. And he's had a boxing career that he can be very proud of. But I think James said this last night when we was talking. For as athletic as he is, and as he's clearly in brilliant shape, he's very stiff and he doesn't have much dynamic, explosive movement. He's one paced, he's upright. So it just goes to show you can be athletic and look as good as he does, but be stiff. And you could be someone like Willie Hutchinson and be very mobile and agile and flexible. And so, you have to have very specific motor skills for your sport. And I don't think Nathan Heaney's got those motor skills. So, look, I think it was two fighters of a level. And I think Warburton's mobility, his understanding, he was up on his toes a lot more, and he was trying to dictate the distance. And that helped him dictate the pace a little bit and get off first. It was a close one. I thought Warburton won it by about maybe 2 rounds. No arguments at all. But that will always happen to Nathan Heaney. Someone that's prepared to keep distance, get behind a jab, stop Nathan getting his shots off, keep Nathan honest, and just keep him on flat-footed, should always beat a Nathan Heaney. And he's been going a long time for someone that's pretty much of a low ceiling of talent. So he's probably coming to the end now. So they'll probably have one big event in Stoke. He'll sell loads of tickets, and that'll be his sending off party.
I almost wonder what fighter they can put him in with where it's a really secure W, though, because he lost by TKO before it was overturned against that cat that was like 17-7. I mean, he was nobody in particular.
And he's been struggling in the second half of fights lately. So, but he's very muscle bound as well. He's not got a lot on him. So, look, I think this is coming to the end of the road for Nathan. But we must congratulate Warburton as well, who turned his life around last night. I was really impressed with him. I loved the way he went about his work, boxed to really good orders, kept it simple, and to repeat myself, up on his toes, kept good distance, dictated a pretty simple fight with a good jab. So. No complaints either way. Congratulations to Warburton. And if this is the last time you see Nathan Heaney, he can be very proud of himself. He's picked up a British title on his journey, sold loads of tickets, and had some wonderful nights.
Yeah. Take the W's where you get them.
Can I just mention something about Willie Hutchinson and Ezra Taylor?
Sure.
We always thought Willie was gonna beat Ezra, because I always thought Willie's ceiling was much higher than Ezra's. Hutchinson's a talent. What's done him a lot of favours is he turned pro at 18 and he picked up a lot of medals in the juniors. He picked up a world junior medal of some sort, like bronze or a silver. And he went straight into the Ingle gym, which, cultivated his style. He was very flexible, great lateral movement. He likes his hands down. I always thought he'd beat Ezra, but I always thought the best way to fight an Ezra Taylor, and he's going to come across a lot of guys like Ezra that are very athletic, fast hands, get on the front foot. Willie's got to keep his chin down, his hands up in that first half of the fight. And what you saw last night, in the second half, the Ezra Taylors will sort of slow down a bit. They'll be 4 or 5 rounds behind, and then they'll start reaching. Then they'll start getting on the front foot. And anyone that gets on the front foot with Willie Hutchinson is playing into Willie's hands. Willie's a really good counter puncher. He can fight going backwards. He knows how to spin off and pivot. Last night was a really good performance from Hutchinson. He's quite, you either like him or you don't. You either love him or hate him. I actually think he's always in really good fights. I think he's had some really good wins, and even his losses have been quite entertaining. He always puts a good effort in. I think a European title, I know that's not fashionable no more. I know everyone goes for these intercontinentals and you try and get a world ranking. But I think if Willie was to go around Europe defending a European title 2 or 3 times, I think that would give him a really good education. And I think that would prime him, because he's got a very high ceiling talent-wise. And I think he could offer something, not with the elite in the division, not if a Benavidez was to come back down, not if we're talking about what we've seen from Bivol or Beterbiev, not them guys. But I certainly think that the Anthony Yards and the Buatsis and the Callum Smith, I think they're very winnable fights for Willie if he prepares properly and has a really good 12 months from now.
Yeah, I don't know if that Callum Smith is ever going to be on the table because this and he's a slight favorite against God, why am I struggling for his name? David Morrell, who he's fighting with the books, but I don't see him that way, and I feel like he's not willing to go down that level one more time. But we've said that before. Maybe Smith is on the table for him. But
what can happen? What can happen is I don't expect Smith to get past Morrell. Although he can win that fight, but I don't expect him to. But what can happen is Smith's
better put money on that.
Smith's stock can drop a little bit, and in the meantime, behind the scenes, Willie's can rise. Willie's can rise. Hutchinson's stock can rise. Right. So I didn't mean to say that, but what I'm saying is their trajectories can clash, and it's something that could happen if Smith fancies. Because Smith might take a Hutchinson fight thinking this gets me back in the picture. You know, it can work that way around too.
All right, sorry, took a bite of a Kit Kat there. Thought you were there's a little bit more. Now, a fight that I didn't catch, and it's a shame because, my God, it sounded like it ended in a hell of a fashion. I actually felt like I should have put a few bucks on the dude, but Brad Paul's last round stoppage, or 9th round stoppage over Shaquille Thompson, undefeated at the time, apparently was bossing the fight until the stoppage. Why don't you go ahead and give me the story on that one, James?
Well, I'm just glad that the foil that I heard in the background was from a Kit Kat and not something else, Matty. So if you slump off on us later on, I'll know why.
Foilies, don't knock it till you try them. It's not quite smoking crack.
So, we saw that fight early on, and I was actually surprised to find out that Shaquille Thompson was like 2nd in the IBF rankings, which is a little bit unexpected given his position on the card. But he's a pretty smooth southpaw, controlling the fight at distance for most of the rounds. But then Pauls was trying to trigger really aggressive counter punches off of his jab from early on. And I think over the course of the fight, he landed more and more. And in the 9th round, threw caution to the wind and scored a pretty spectacular knockout. I'm not sure how much of an underdog he was in the fight, but he was clearly undersized in there, to be honest. And it looks like he wasn't expected to win. So I imagine a rematch will probably be on the cards next, but pretty entertaining. And just from the other fights, I feel like Willie Hutchinson. Did Justin say he felt it was a bit of a boring fight, but as it wore on, Hutchinson, his level of disrespect for Ezra was like palpable. The way he was switching, entering with his hands down, he was taking the piss, to be honest with you. And I actually really appreciate that kind of Nazim-esque fuckery, to be honest with you, even though he didn't get the spectacular knockout. That was pretty much my take on the evening. Oh, also, Nathan Heaney, he's like an inverse Andy Ruiz. He looks like he should be able to fight, but can't. All good from that.
That was pretty good.
All good from the earlier fight, to be honest. An upset, and I'm not sure where Pauls goes next. I've never seen him fight before, and it looks like he's set for another few big appearances.
He's a good fighter. He finds himself winning fights late and got some late round dramatics to him. Like, he's just one of those domestic level fighters that I got to tell you, he's just good value. He's an honest pro who, to a certain level, can beat any guy of the domestic scene on the right night. I think Denzel Bentley, who he lost to, probably Denzel on a good night because Heaney beat him. But I would say that's probably just out of reach for him. But I mean, a great value fighter, just fantastic to watch. He's got guts. Let's see here. Looks like Josh Holmes took out Alex Murphy in a round. Kind of surprised that Michael Gomez Jr. got a 3rd round stoppage over Jordan Flynn. He's just so inconsistent, and apparently he was on it this time. Rob Kelly with us. Rob, we have officially gotten through the entire Fundora card, the entire Itauma card. So you just go ahead and let your words reign free, sir.
Well, would the inverted Andy Ruiz be the anti-Ruiz?
Very nice.
That was my initial thought on the weekend's action. I saw like just bits and pieces. I thought Willie Hutchinson boxed really well. Enjoyed his exchange with Simon Jordan on TalkSport during the week when Jordan thought Ezra Taylor was going to beat him, and he told Simon that he's never fought before, so he doesn't deserve an opinion, which is not something I normally get behind, but the way that he said it was pretty funny. And he said, the only thing you can box is groceries in Tesco. And Simon Jordan said, well, you're going to be working there if you don't win. So they had a fairly sharp exchange on the radio, which was cool. Willie Hutchinson, fluid guy, like, isn't he? Can kind of do what he wants in there. Like, I don't really know what his ceiling is, but he's entertaining to watch. On Moses Itauma, I'd put him in there now. Like, I know people say don't rush him, and I want to see him now. Like, I want to see him now fight for the title now. I think he's exciting. I think he could be the one that really kind of rejuvenates the heavyweight division, get some interest in it. And I think he's a problem for absolutely everyone in that division. And if he's not, he can fucking come again. What's the problem? We don't have to polish these guys' records and have him hanging on to zeros. If somebody's able to beat him now, let him beat him. Like, and see how he figures it out when he comes back. But thought the shot selection, Jermaine Franklin's never been stopped. He gives heavyweights with good reputations a tough night out, even though he doesn't beat him. He hangs in there, and he went down in installments, didn't he? Like, it was like the fucking fire stick was after freezing. Like, the way he went down, it was like, it was like a glitch on the screen. Like, he fucking switched his lights out with that uppercut. It was a beautifully thrown uppercut, beautifully set up. The only thing is, we have to see, can he take a shot? He got caught a couple of times last night. Did ship a couple, maybe against bigger heavyweights, so might be able to switch his lights out. That looks like to be his only vulnerability at the moment. We don't know what his gas tank is like because nobody can hang in there with him, and we don't know if he can really hold one. But let's find out, please, like, because this guy is just seems to have got everything. It's like he's toying with his opponents in there, isn't it? I feel like he could have probably stopped him earlier if he'd have put the foot on the gas. So scary guy. I like Itauma. In terms of one time, this is his one time that he's going to fight for 5 years, and we won't see him again. Like, that fight went the way I thought it'd go. The inactivity, first of all, Keith Thurman has no business being at 154. 147 pounder, out and out 147 pounder, small guy, 5'7". Had no business being at 54 fighting a guy that he's given up 12 inches on. Just fucking ridiculous. Inactivity. Pacquiao was a fucking great grandfather when he beat the life out of him a couple of years ago, and I don't think he's improved since then because he hasn't been active. So it'd be different if he was after kind of had some kind of redemption story to bring to this fight where he had like 10 fights where he was after like going against all the odds. He's really been sitting in semi-retirement, and this was a big cash out payday for him. If he'd have won, he would have got another pay-per-view out of it. He didn't, thankfully. Fundora had his moment. Fundora does that thing that has frustrated with me for years with him. Over the years, when he used to fight, like he was fighting in a phone box when he was 6'7", like never used the big long levers. He used to fight on the inside. Like it was so fucking stupid. He used to fight down to his smaller opponents and fight on the inside and give him a chance of getting clipped. And I think since he's been clipped himself, he's finally made that adjustment and he keeps it on the outside. And he was just fucking doing what he wanted with Thurman, walking him down, but towards the end, no, you stopped on his feet, but I think that was a good stoppage. Thurman actually looked to me like he was looking for a way out. Wasn't too many complaints when the ref stopped it. So, look, it's to be expected. He hasn't been active. He's yesterday's news, Keith Thurman. He blew it. He blew his chance of being the guy at 47 after Floyd retired, and he's never ever been able to make a dent on it since. And he should be thankful that Crawford didn't get to him because he would have fucking killed him. I never thought he was that good, to be honest with you. I liked him. I thought he could sell a fight. He was entertaining, but I never thought he was that good.
Yeah, he was. You gotta say though, the crop that he beat, Rob. The fact that, like, honestly, the only
he beat
fight
like Danny Garcia and that, like,
yeah, he beat Danny Garcia. He beat Sean Porter. He beat Robert Guerrero. He
the
knocked down
Porter
a
win
few
is a good
guys
one.
for the
Porter
first
one
time
is
in
a
his
good
life.
one. I give you. Robert Guerrero is dog shit, right? So that
No, he was the first guy to drop Robert. Those are the things you got to look at. It's the way that he went about beating these guys.
the Porter win is good. Danny Garcia could be any version of Danny Garcia on any different night. So he's another one who fucking got paid too much by PBC and Al Heyman, and he never looked. He was a blown up fucking welterweight anyway. He never looked good past 140. So I have to be honest with it and give it an honest assessment. I expect him to beat Danny Garcia. Probably didn't expect him to beat Sean Porter. I think that was razor thin fight, wasn't it? Did he drop Porter along the way there? I think he might have, didn't he?
Did, and that was it was.
But that was his time to shine. That was his time to shine, and ever since that he was really supposed to put Pacquiao into retirement. That was going to really be a star-making performance for him, as PBC had hoped. That it didn't happen that way, and then he went into Kathmandu, into the mountains, and we never saw him again. He used to pop down playing like he'd pop down once in a while, make an appearance, and I think he was supposed to fight Zoo, wasn't he? And then got injured, pulled out, and then the rest is history. So hopefully that's the last we see of him. Not in a negative way. It's just like I want to see what's next in the sport. I want to see the new guys coming through. Like, I don't want to be rehashed Keith Thurman. Like, what's next? Do we pull Danny Garcia off the sofa as well? Say, hey, warm up, mate. You know what I mean? I can't be bothered with that. Like, so yeah, decent nights. Decent enough weekend of the boxing, to be honest with you. I like Fundora as well. I think he's a decent guy. He always comes to fight. He's pretty much always in an entertainment fight, even though he has the most stinking style of all time. He gives good value, and he comes to fight. So yeah, happy for Fundora. Got a good win.
Excellent. Well, and then there was, let's see here. I think we'll just go, there's a little bit of ProBox action. I just watched the two main events on there, and it was Malik Montgomery against Teja Giron, and Montgomery got dropped in the first and then in the sixth, and he was probably winning both of those rounds before getting dropped. And he wasn't hurt horribly badly. And then they just pulled him out in between rounds, between 6 and 7. And what was a pretty entertaining fight. I think they thought he was too far down the cards because of those swings. Because, I mean, instead of, being a fairly even fight, instead he was, down massively and didn't think he could stop Giron. So that's where it went. But it was some fun infighting. I mean, if honestly, like the 5-6 rounds that it lasted, it was a good, entertaining fight for anybody who might want to see it. And then Brian Acosta and Ronnie Rios was pretty fun. I think I kind of dozed off towards the end there because I'm trying to remember that one. I'm like, what the hell happened in that one? But that was another one. Acosta is, I don't know. I have trouble saying that any of these guys have much left. I mean, we saw Rios already lose to our man Nick Ball. And that was probably his last shot. And then, he gets this one against Acosta and he loses his UD. And that's probably the end of the road for him. Acosta, we'll see how he does. But I don't know. They made some good points. One of the reasons I like watching ProBox is that they are really good at as far as Paulie and Chris Algieri go, is they're really good at kind of breaking down fighters' weaknesses and their strengths in a lot of ways. And just Acosta has real problems with his footwork and the way that he balances himself throwing punches. So he's probably hit the end of his road at this point in time. But he's good value. That fight with Cardenas was fun. But yeah, it was a fun month with ProBox. They gave us something every single weekend. And again, it's just on YouTube and a couple of different, like, your new cable platforms or whatever, streaming conglomerates have their channel on there too. So check them out. Anybody who's not been watching ProBox, you're missing out. It's good fun. Let's see here. We have to do a little bit of previewing here and kind of thinking, I don't know how to do this one exactly. Because those, I don't know what days things are actually going on. We'll do these two, just these two, because we got a surprise for folks here. But Cardiff Wales DAZN, it's going to be going on, I think, at the same time as the pay-per-view. So good luck with that one. Interesting strategy there. See how that pays off for him. But so that's going to be headlined with Lauren Price and Stephanie Pinheiro Aquino for Price's 3 welterweight belts. Reese Edwards against Gully Power. That's a name for the vacant British featherweight belt. Kane Shepard and T.O. Allen, 10 rounds. And yeah, that should probably do it there. We got Lewis Partit versus Morgan McIntosh. That's also a 10-rounder. Des, I'm going to lean on you there. I only know a few of the names on that card. Obviously, the ladies and Reese Edwards. Going to need you to help me out with the rest. Gully Power, that's a fucking name. Des, did you disappear? Did you fall asleep on us again? Can anybody tell me anything about Gully Power?
Don't look at me, Matty. Gully Power? No, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to go fucking look this up. He's 13-1 with 1 knockout. A real banger there. His real name is Garage Power. Like,
you're joking, man.
Golraj. No, Golraj. That's an L, not an I. Sorry, I'm looking on my phone.
Matty, I'm hanging around in the background here, but I can help you out if you want.
For the love of God, tell me about Gully Power, Steve.
Gully Power's for Wolverhampton, shout out. But he can't punch. He fought in that Grand Prix thing. He's a decent fighter, actually. Good local ticket seller. But he's fighting for the vacant British title against Reese Edwards, who's a good fighter. But I expect Edwards to win that one. And also on that card, you mentioned Kane Shepard against T.O. Allen. T.O. Allen's from over this neck of the woods. He's from Cooks. He's originally from East Timor, I think, but he's based in Cookstown now. So that classic East Timor to Northern Ireland transition has happened once again. And he's fighting against Kane Shepard, who's also unbeaten for the vacant super featherweight title. I was at Allen's last fight against Lee Gormley in the Devonish, of all places. Everyone kept their clothes on, thankfully. But T.O. Allen managed to get the win. He was well worth it as well, boxed really well. Big ticket seller. I don't know how many will be going over to Cardiff, but he sells a lot of tickets. And Kane Shepard's going to have to be on it, really. I would maybe fancy T.O. to get that one. So hopefully I added a little bit for you there, Matty. I'm just working away in the background here.
No, that was very, very helpful.
See that Lee Gormley? He sent me a message one night and asked me to send him across any photos that I'd taken of him at the weekend. And I was like, I think you have the wrong fella, pal. Like, I'm not sure. Not sure where you know me from. Like,
wasn't in the Devonish, was it, Rob?
Yeah, I wasn't the appointed photographer for that night in the Devonish. I was off. So I said I'd have to get back to him.
Yeah, if they bring that party back, make sure to wear your
Michael
goggles.
Puffer. Oh, God.
So let's see here. So let's go to the fight on pay-per-view on DAZN. I'm sure so many of you out there are going to be paying for this one. Praise be. We're going to work our way up from the bottom to the top. Matty Harris, Franklin Ignatius over 8 rounds. It's a heavyweight contest. Denzel Bentley and Endry Saavedra. I don't know. Double A's. Those fuck me up. For the vacant WBO interim middleweight title. Vidal Riley, favored against Mateus Masternak, knocking around at cruiserweight still. And then obviously the main event, Wilder and Chisora, but we'll hold up on talking about that one for a moment. Why don't you go ahead and give me your take on that one, the undercard there, James?
The undercard for me is a little bit underwhelming. I mean, I remember Vidal Riley. The first time I seen him, he was just, I think he was doing punditry. I'd never seen him fight before. And then the next thing I knew, he was sparring with that L Page for one of the Misfits bouts. I've seen very few of his fights, and he always strikes me as quite like in with the powers that be. You know, like he appeared as a pundit before he appeared as a fighter. And Masternak is fairly, he's got to be getting on a bit now, hasn't he? He's been like, the cruiserweight stalwart for God
Who
knows how many years.
Who was it that he had some good success about before? Was it CBS? He was kind of written off and he was doing well. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I think he fought Bellow as well, didn't he? He's been around for absolutely donkey's years, man. So the undercard for me, not too. Yeah. Then is Denzel Bentley still on there? Did you say?
That's what I got, at least on the ESPN, unless they pulled out or something like that.
Yeah, it's still on Box Check and that for the WBO. I do like Denzel, to be fair. It's like we were saying earlier about Nathan Heaney. Like I don't know what happened that night where Heaney beat Bentley, to be honest with you. I would put Bentley in a completely different class.
I'm trying to remember. He had like some stuff outside of the ring that had his mind occupied. I'm trying to think what it was, but it just one of those things that is entirely non-boxing related that fucked up your boxing,
Yeah, well, undercard wise, okay. I'll probably tune in early enough, but the main event for me, potentially a little bit unseemly, is that I'm being a bit squeamish. I feel like this is a bit of a bloodletting from both sides in an obscene kind of way. Am I going a bit overboard there?
Nah, I don't think it's a particularly impressive undercard. Des, are you back with us?
Yes, mate, I'm all yours. Sorry, mate, my phone rang.
No, you're fine, man. What do you have any thoughts on this undercard? Are you kind of with James there that it's rather underwhelming fare?
Can you hear me okay, Matty?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Ah, fuck. Why don't we swing that over to Justin? Justin, are you underwhelmed, overwhelmed, or just whelmed?
Don't care. Is that can I just say that?
I don't, yeah.
I really don't care about the undercard that much. I like Master Deck, but I don't really give a shit about the undercard.
Wow.
Unless there was more women's fight on the undercard, I really don't care about about the rest of it. I don't care. What's the main event is probably the only thing that really matters on this one.
And it doesn't matter.
No, exactly.
Like, none of this matters. None of this matters. We're lying to ourselves. Des, let's try this again. You with me?
Yes, mate. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
So just before I talk about this undercard, I was in Liverpool last week and I was looked after by three fellas, Brendan, Finn, Bart and Cecil. And they're going to be avid listeners of the Boxing Asylum. They love what we do and they love their boxing. And Liverpool's a great city with loads of identity and they really know their football. They really know their boxing. And I've just been taking phone calls. So I'm going to Liverpool tomorrow. And my phone keeps ringing. So if I have to jump off, I'm really sorry, mate. But I'll do my best while I can. I don't know what the budget is for this one. But looking at that undercard, I don't think there's a lot to spend. And I think all the money's gone to the main event, bringing Deontay Wilder over. And Derek always talks about how much he wants. So I think all the budget for this card has been given to the main event. And I don't expect Denzel to have a hard night's work. I think he'll come through. Is it Savendra? I think he'll come through Savendra pretty routine. Although Denzel's not been overly active and he needs to get more active. I think Denzel can still push for a world title. I'm not saying he wins it, but I think Denzel's got something to offer at top end of super middleweight boxing, and I think he could earn a few quid and be involved in some big nights. Maybe a world title's a bit far, but Denzel can definitely be in that conversation. I'm not quite sure about Vidal. I've seen Vidal fight two guys that have come to win. One was Mikel Lawal and the other one was Chev Clark. And Vidal goes into retreat mode. He goes on the back foot and he gets behind a jab and he stinks the place out. What we know about Masternak, who comes from a good region, he's a good fighter, he's had a good career, and he's always been pretty active up to now. He's not had like a long time off. So if Masternak comes out, the first 5 rounds will be interesting. I'm not overly keen on Riley. I'm not quite sure he's built for the tough end of boxing. We'll see. But I was certainly disappointed with his performance against Lawal and Chev Clark. So we'll see what Masternak offers and we'll see how Riley responds. But that's the best I can offer you, really. It's a pretty routine, almost like a next-gen undercard, if that makes sense. But this one's all about the main event, Matty.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to go back on one of Saavedra's fights there. He had a fight in 2024. Maybe this was on a Don King card or might have been on a DAZN card. But he fought
Murtaza Aliyev's undercard you're talking about against Tapia.
Yeah.
He was a good fight there.
Yeah, that was a draw, and he had Tapia down 3 times in total, and he was down once himself. So he's a Venezuelan puncher. That's something to know about this guy. But he did lose to an undefeated dude in 2022, who is now 16-3. Has lost 3 in a row. He lost to Troy Isley. He lost to Yuri Cedeno. All the guys he's lost to, except for one, was undefeated at this point. But Bentley might have a little bit of a test. At the very least, this cat can punch a little bit. That's
Denzel will beat him. Denzel will be too experienced for him, I think.
Yeah, that's the experience play. I mean, probably come in hand because he had that fight against Ali Mahanallah that he learned a lot from, and yeah. So that it's not a tremendously impressive undercard by any stretch, but neither is the main event. So why should they try to fool you at any point in the night that this is a special evening? Now we've got over the hill Derek Chisora against down in the valley Deontay Wilder. It's not going to be
doing his training camp in Wales, is he?
What's that?
Doing his training camp in Wales.
Is he?
The valleys. I forget about it.
Oh, no, that's right. I don't understand the geography of the area that well.
We all got
a colloquialism. Yeah.
So yeah. I don't this. I have a hard time being interested in this fight. I'm going to try to look at it objectively and say that even in their primes, the fact that Chisora fights low and he can throw some really odd shots over the top. Wilder's had a problem with those shorter dudes doing shit like that to him over the years, and not particularly talented guys at the end. Well, I mean, good enough, but not sending their best there by any stretch. But I don't know. Chisora's a favorite for a reason. Obviously, if Wilder has any bit of timing left and can land one, that could be the day, the night, the weekend, the whole shebang. But I don't know. We'll see as far as that goes. Justin, why don't you go ahead and give your take?
So I think, I got it. I think Chisora knocks out Wilder. I mean, I've driven multiple hours to go watch Wilder fight over the years. He's one of my, maybe not even the American factor, but the fact that he just knocks people out. I've always been a fan of Wilder. I'm not a fan of all the shit he says and his crazy ass stuff he does. I'm not a fan of his music and all the other bullshit he does. But as far as in the ring, I just think Wilder has been done. And Chisora's washed too, but I think Wilder's a different level of washed. He absolutely cannot throw the right hand anymore. He can't set it up. He can't take a punch anymore. I say Chisora, I don't think he'll flatline him, but I think he'll stop him. I mean, I would love for Wilder to come back and land some beautiful right hand and from the old days, but I just don't see any way that's going to happen. Chisora still takes a pretty good shot, even though he doesn't have a lot left. He still could take a good shot. Wilder doesn't have shit left. I think Chisora, this is not going to go the distance. No way in hell this is going. If this goes the distance, it might be the worst fight we've ever seen in our lives. If these two guys go all the way to the end, because that means it would have to be a god awful fight if it goes to decision. So I just hope Wilder. I hope Wilder wins, but I think Chisora puts him down, and I think that's it. I think Chisora, I have no idea what round or any shit like that. I just think Chisora knocks him out, period.
Yeah, I whether this fight goes the distance or 90 seconds, I think it's going to be an awful fight. That's my personal opinion on it. What are your thoughts on it, Rob?
Oh yeah, like I think probably the outburst on TalkSport from Wilder where he walked out of the studio is probably going to be the highlight of this event. The thing about Wilder is sometimes you get fooled as a boxing fan, don't you? They go, oh, he's back this time, or he's taking it serious, and this is the road to redemption. But very rarely in the heavyweights does that happen. Once they've fallen off a ledge, they don't often get it back. I mean, if you'd have made this fight 4 years ago, I would have been wanting to take it to the fucking European Court of Human Rights or something to see, because it would have been a public execution. Like, if Wilder had been in his prime fighting Chisora, you would have no doubt that at some stage during the fight, Del Boy would have put his head on the line, and that would have been it. But it looked like, I can't remember the guy who Wilder fought with, gave him a gimme, a knockover job, and he really looked tentative throughout the whole night. Like, he looks completely shell shocked. Like, anytime we've seen him out recently, Joe Parker clocked him, Zhang clocked him. The guy that he fought in between that was he struggled to put any punches together and look menacing at all against the guy. He would have flatlined him one round in his prime. I guess speaking the obvious here, but the 3 fights against, I think maybe the second fight after the second, like the third fight against Fury was some of the most brutal punishment I've seen a fella take. Like, he's given up 40 pounds. People forget that, like 30, 40 pounds against a guy giving up height, and you had to nail the fucker to the floor to knock him out. Like, he left everything in the ring in those 2 fights with Fury. And he got stopped on his feet in the first Fury fight, which was brilliant, pulled him out, and he wasn't happy, but he probably saved him what was left of him for that third fight. And then since that, there's been nothing. Every time he gets hit, he looks like a newborn baby. And I don't know what way it goes, because he potentially still carries power. So Chisora fights with his face, so it could go one way or the other. I think Chisora wearing him down, he's got nothing left, and it just becomes a big wrestling match with Chisora having his moment, or Wilder finds something and KOs Chisora. There could be a couple of knockdowns either way. It might end up providing some accidental value in that the two of them are so far gone that it could be a close fight and some kind of entertainment along the way. But yeah, like, it's, you watch it. We're going to watch it because it's Del Boy and it's Deontay Wilder, no matter what. And there's fuck all else on either, so we might as well watch it. But yeah, it's not getting me excited or anything like that. I was a big fan. I'm like Justin. I was a big fan of Wilder over the years. Not his antics, but him as a fighter. I thought he was so exciting. American heavyweight, couldn't fucking jab, couldn't move his head, had terrible feet, did everything wrong, and had that one crazy punch that could, we remember the Ortiz's where he lost every second of every round until he flew the sweat off Ortiz's head and knocked him out. Like, it was phenomenal. I remember the what's the Viking guy? He sent him back on the coffin ship to fucking, what was his name again? He knocked him out going backwards. Yeah, so
Hellenius.
Yeah. Like, he just had that, like, that one punch switch it off, and I think when that left him, he looks hesitant to throw, because of what's coming back. So that's never a good sign. So yeah, it's two guys are over the hill, but it might provide some accidental value.
Accidental at best, I think. But may we ever be optimistic. Steve, anything going into this fight, or do you just share our absolute either disinterest or somewhat maybe even horror at the idea of this fight?
No, I don't really hold much horror. I mean, it's boxing, in it. Let him get on with it. But I think it just ends one way. Wilder just looks terrible to me. And Chisora has held some semblance of resilience. I mean, he's gone 12 rounds with good people. As Rob says, Wilder's either been getting himself brutally knocked out or looking completely gun-shy and unable to pull the trigger against that Tyler Herndon or whoever that guy was he fought on BLK Prime. He looks absolutely terrible. And I don't think he can get into position to land the shots because Chisora's going to be on his chest smothering him. I think this ends in about 4 or 5 rounds. I think early on it'll be tentative. I think as soon as Chisora realises Wilder's got nothing for him, he'll just motor forward. And it ends with Chisora landing a big, massive swing in about the 4th round and Wilder ending up flat on his back with Chisora trying to calm the crowd down and medical attention coming in for Wilder as a precaution. I honestly think he's that far gone. And that's how I obviously hope that doesn't happen, but I foresee a finish like that. And he'll be fine and they'll all hug and it'll be great. But Wilder's beyond gone as far as I'm concerned. And he's going to get knocked spark out on his back. That's the way I honestly see it.
He's going to eat canvas and then he's going to eat 5 guys. What a trade-off. James, give you the final word.
Yeah, I think Chisora is going to crowd him into the corner. And like Steve said, massive overhands. Like the Parker fight. Parker didn't quite have the heavy-handedness to put him out, but I think it's pretty much going to look like that. And ultimately, at this point, I think Chisora has got more appetite for it. I mean, he quit boxing. He quit drinking to carry on boxing. Like, he was meant to retire years and years and years ago. Do you remember when he knocked out Carlos Takam? People thought he was like far past it then. That was what, 6-7 years ago. He loves fighting, and I think Wilder now, I'm sorry to say, he's looking a bit like a touch delusional in terms of thinking that he's going to recapture the glory years. There's something like significantly different about the way he appears in the ring and his ability to throw that right hand punch. That Helenius knockout was in 2022, and I don't think I've seen him look as devastating since the third Fury fight, really. You know,
well, yeah, I mean, he just barely touched Helenius too. It was one of the, like, it showed his power, but it was like not even an impressive punch. It was just like, Jesus, you can knock a guy out with that.
Well, he's deteriorated so much since then, and you have to put it down to the punishment he's taken. And I think Chisora is just well up for it, and I think he'll crowd him and just wing one in over the top. And yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a pretty bad knockout.
Chisora like has these kind of lackluster fights, doesn't he? Every like 3 or 4 years. If you remember the first Fury fight, the big build up and he looked terrible. Then the second Fury fight, when Don Charles pulled him out, what was that, 2014? I honestly thought he might even retire at that point. He looked that bad. Then he got himself back together again. I know he lost to Pulev, but he kind of kept going. Kabayel sort of outboxed him in 2017, 2018. Then he went on another mad run. So he's due another sort of meltdown. Maybe that'll be this fight. But yeah, either way, I don't see him retiring. I don't think he'll retire. Someone will always wheel him back out again. But yeah, he's due a meltdown now. He's about 6 or 7 years overdue, sort of having a bad performance. But I don't see Wilder being the man to do it.
You know, Chisora says this is it. He says this is 50th, and he says it's it. This is it. It's the end. We'll see. Hopefully, people.
And we all know everybody in boxing is so honest that if he says it's it, that's it.
What else is Chisora gonna do? Is he gonna roll out and be like a functioning member of society? I somehow don't see that happening.
Tell you what. If Dave Allen somehow beats Hrgovic, there's a big fucking stadium fight in the UK. Dave Allen versus Derek Chisora. Or if Wilder smashes Chisora to pieces, we finally see the Doncaster De La Hoya have his moment on the big stage.
Sell the place out, man. We'll watch
he fucking would. He'd sell it. He would sell it out, Dave Allen, 100%.
Such a stupid fucking world we live in today. That like even entertaining this is like, yeah, I can see that. Fuck. Yeah, but away we go. That's going to be on Saturday, and then when we're with you on Sunday, we'll probably be talking while there's a card on. I think it's the first MVP card on ESPN, and then there's a Zuffa card that evening, I believe. So we've got all that going for us and more. But if Steve is on the podcast, that probably means that it's time for the Bellow of the quarter.
Woo!
What episode is this, Matty? I can't see anywhere where it says it.
656. Hold on, let me take down.
Hopefully, one of the last ones. No,
thanks, Bob.
Go on, Rob. Go on. Oh dear. Yeah, episode 656 of the Boxing Asylum Nutters podcast. This is the Bellow of the week with me, Steve. We've got Rob Kelly on the call. James is here as well. Matty and Justin. Hopefully this will go well. StreamYard seems to have deteriorated. It's gone up about 4 times in price, and it keeps shouting at me saying we have too many media assets. I don't quite know. Maybe these are hidden away somewhere, like Chuck Crew's hard drive, but I can't find them. I've got as many as I can uploaded. We've had loads of submissions, loads of videos. They're in an absolutely, completely bonkers order, so hopefully I can get through them. But we'll try our best, as we always do, for Bellow of the week. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, everybody. But one opportunity we have for doing this is to listen to those classics. You remember back in the day, Andy, Ozzy, all the boys, Hater Dave Loback, Donny hanging around with us. And we played some of these classics and met some of these characters who we are. It's good to revisit them. I was going to go Bunsey. No, not Bunsey this week. Going to Paul Dempsey? No. But a Bellow himself? Maybe not. There's only one man for it, and it's Father Dave.
Yeah.
Here comes Father Dave, led out by Tony O'Loughlin. My goodness, Tony, I've known him since the 80s. God love him. He's been a great trainer in the Sydney region for a long, long time.
The punching priest, Father Dave.
Tell you what, isn't that some entrance? He's actually a priest.
Yeah. At the veteran boxes, he always opens up the veteran boxes. The
all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce you to the two.
The Pachi priest. He's actually a priest.
He's actually a priest. I love the way your man says that like halfway through.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Bit of Father Dave. We'll have a bit of Father Dave. He might appear in Belly of the Week. He might not.
I would have loved if Father Dave had loads of nicknames. Like Apollo Creed had like the King of Sting and the Master of Disaster. You could have had like his Fire Tuck and a few other ones thrown in there. Like,
oh man, Father Dave, yeah, great character, great character. Still fighting.
The Anglican Animal.
He was sparring out in Anthony Mundine's gym the other day. I'm on the newsletter. Block note.
Probably sparring Anthony Mundine, was he? That's on pay-per-view in Australia. Just $85, mate, to see Anthony Mundine, legendary boxer. Yeah.
Winner fights Paul Gallen. You never know. It could happen. Father Dave has a fight coming up.
Big Daddy Brown rubbing his hands.
Big Daddy Brown. Must be about 50 by now. Oh, dear. Yeah. Sebastian Fundora was fighting over the weekend, and the ring decided to put out the tallest champions around at the moment: Noel McCallion, Alexander Usyk, Gadji Magomedov, whoever he is. Good luck to him. Fabio Wardley and Sebastian Fundora. Damo's been on it again, introducing Oh man, Fundora looked good. He looked good, didn't he, Matty? I managed to watch the highlights in the end. I'm sure you boys have talked about it, but he laid a beating on old one time who's just put together by adhesive tape at the moment. I think. Anyway.
Very sad.
It is. It is sad. It is. I tell you what's sad as well. The group made by Andrew Fisher. We've seen these groups in the past. Ebony Bridges is no more. They're not interested. The Anna Woolhouse Appreciation Society fan group is... I don't know where this is, whether it's on Facebook or what, but you can join the group. Apparently, there's 3,400 and something members, 431 online now. There you go.
Men of culture.
Not sure what is going on. Oh dear. You're going to get in there, James? Maybe make yourself a member?
Send me the link. Send me the link, man. I'm on.
Absolutely. Got it here.
James is going to be like the Jim Jones of the Anna Woolhouse cult. Starting up Jamestown right now.
Straight to Guyana.
Guyana Woolhouse.
Oh dear. Well, if you can't get that, you could always buy a pair of these super rare Sky Nicholson versus Bet Connolly fight worn signed shorts over on eBay, no less. Fight worn. It has to be, Rob.
Who's selling that on eBay? Her.
If it wasn't for perverts, those would go for $17.
Can't be dry clean though. Cannot be dry clean.
Yeah. No,
How someone got their hands on them? I don't want to know.
No, that I actually put that on there because I'm a sicko for looking at fight stuff, and there's like 12 different trunks.
Oh yeah, fight stuff.
Yeah.
How did you find that out? I was looking up fight stuff.
He has the most bizarre boxing memorabilia of anybody, and he has to get more. Only he would find.
Justin buying Christy Martin's socks.
God almighty.
Oh dear me. Yeah, that's Sky and a bit of Anna Woolhouse as well. Fight announcements, in case you haven't heard about these guys. Well, you probably would have done by now. January the 31st in Thailand, WBA Asia Gold Super Lightweight title. Another belt around the waist of Prince Patel, no doubt. He went in against Ilatha Musa. Dangerous encounter, that one was called. We missed it, unfortunately. Here's one for you, Justin. Team Thunder, guns down, gloves up. It's Cowboy Douglas in the Thunderdome against Christopher Lovejoy. Look at that belt. Oh, that's a belt to that.
What is that? The Global Boxing Organization.
Oh, Global Boxing, the
I don't know
GBO title.
I don't know a lot
I love
about
the way.
Cowboy Douglas.
I love the way the flyer is clearly done by AI, but it still makes Christopher Lovejoy fat. Really.
Oh, dear.
I had to look up Cowboy Douglas.
There's Lovejoy for you. We mentioned Father Dave. Rob, Don't worry about it.
Oh.
The main event, charity boxing challenge, Father Dave, the fighting father, the man of the people. There you go. There's 2 names for you.
The fighting
Tony
father.
Abbott.
The priest versus an abbot. Well, something's going on here.
Yeah, no, that was brilliant.
The political puncher.
The right-wing hooker.
The over 60s light heavyweight title there, Rob, for you down in Australia. Brilliant.
Over 60s light heavyweight title. Oh,
only in Australia would that be a fucking thing.
Oh my god. I wonder, do they have like all fucking 12 divisions of over 60s categories then? Who's the over 60s heavyweight champion? Can he move up if he wins this one? Like, fuck's sake.
Yeah, I really doubt it's going to be a bitch to find any minimum weight seniors like over 60 unless you like look at the cancer ward.
Well, it depends what they have. Yeah.
Friggin' hell. Oh,
like,
yeah.
Anyone having trouble with their AIDS treatment, we need an opponent on short notice.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, they need to get John Fury over there. Maybe is he over 60? I'm not sure, but I tell you what,
not for less than 2.5 million, Steve.
Exactly. He's pretty angry.
What if Father Dave changes the ring walk music and he starts to come out to "I believe in miracles, baby"?
Where you from? You said God damn it, Rob. That's stuck in my pocket.
He's having more fights than John Fury anyway, I'll tell you that.
Don't look at me, so book you right in the fucking nose. I'm your friend, John. I'm not my fucking friend. I'm your friend, John.
I'm your friend.
Calling Bunsey a nonce.
I'm your friend.
Poor Bunce, man. If we ever leave Bunce alone, remember B-Hop went for him a couple of years ago as well. Fuck's sake, leave Bunce alone, man.
Couple of African brothers.
Yeah. Just putting it out there. I mean, you know, mental health problems are hereditary. It's just like everything like makes all sorts of sense.
Ah, fuck.
Family and action. I'm in prison, you say? Huh? We're all shocked.
I don't know what you're trying to allude to there, Matty. It seems like John Fury is perfectly sane to me. Just look at this one.
Yeah, I ain't bothered about the wind. Is this thing gonna go or not? The strain.
Unfortunately, the wind has kept being really high, so we are going to have.
I'm going to be there. I've said it. I'm going to walk it. Go on, see us a bit. If you think wind is going to stop John Fury, there's no chance of that happening. But I got about 50 yards from the train and it got blown off the top into some big gorge somewhere. Thought about it and thought, yeah, let sense prevail, because I haven't got none.
So wind did actually stop him.
Yeah.
Got TKO'd by the wind.
I know how it feels. I got TKO'd by the wind myself tonight. The dog let a fart in the sitting room. Holy shit. Fuck, I was thinking about having her put down after it. Like, honestly, it's like, enough is enough. Fuck's sake.
Rob would rather take his chance with the aliens outside than that.
I thought you were going to say it with the AIDS. I was like, all right, fuck it.
I wasn't going to reveal that live on air, but you just
did. We don't want to continue this conversation because then Rob's going to learn the real truth that aliens were abducting people and giving them AIDS. Like that's, the secret.
I knew that. I always suspected that.
Right?
David Hay was big for all that stuff back in the day. I remember him telling somebody, I can't remember who he was telling me now, but yeah, no, saying about like AIDS being like sort of sent in, made.
Oh, made by the same people who brought you a certain thing that happened a couple of years ago. Apparently, the same characters.
You just got to ask Joe Joyce and his team.
Oh yeah, the intergalactic JP and all them boys.
Because the story of it was that they put an ad in a magazine that a certain bunch of lads were reading, and they said, listen, if you're after been doing this, that, and the third, you should come down here and take this jab, and you'll be able to live freely amongst yourselves without getting VD. And then all of a sudden, somebody had sex with a monkey, and then here we are.
Well, they said you can have
bad for bringing us towards this path.
At least he said jab. We can contest this on boxing grounds.
I feel like we've been trading choices on a choose your own adventure here, and it's got fairly bad.
Look, if you leave the door open for me, you know what's going to happen. So it's your own fault.
And we laugh at Joe Joyce.
They said the jab would protect you to have sex with your own kind. So they said.
Exactly.
Dear. Right. Moving on. Al Bernstein going in on Howard Foster. Howard Foster is the most biased and incompetent referee in the UK and probably the world. But I think he has competition in UK referee Mark Lyson. It was twice called phantom knockdowns in fights. Now we have the horrendous stoppage on the Cabriel Kaniba fight. And someone went in on Al, I think it was Mike White, and called him all sorts of names. And Al responded and said, well, I am not homosexual. If I were, I would be proud to admit it. And it wouldn't be the slur you make it. Maybe you were insecure and that's why you write things like that. I have never worked as a clown either, but I admire their work as well. So neither of those insults.
John Wayne Gacy was one of my favorites.
A considered response from Al there.
Measured, I like it.
Hey, you remember what Al's famous for as well on this podcast, Rob?
I do. I
7
definitely
years.
do. I mean, remember Andy on that night? Oh, he's just told us that. He's just fucking told us that he's talking to his wife. Oh, man.
Oh, good times, good times.
Ozzy's been floating a return, by the way. He could be back for the next Bellow of the quarter.
Could be back, man. Big return. Yeah. Dave Allen's fighting and Ozzy's back. Coincidence?
This is it.
I think not.
Coincidence or not, exactly.
Exactly. Ozzy's coming back like Brandon, the real life Colantonio. He was a character. Can't remember what for card he was on one of the cards recently, I think, talking smack about somebody. Joshua Edwards, he fought. Can't remember. They all blur into one after a while, don't they?
He looks like someone that kind of fucking starts a fight with Chuck Norris at a bar, doesn't he? Like in a like, hey man, watch where you're going.
At this point in time, I could kick Chuck Norris's ass.
Yeah. I wouldn't be so sure. I'd like to see the odds.
No, I think Matty, your man, looks like if Tommy Morrison was still alive today. I don't know.
He would have been more emaciated.
He looks like every white heavyweight from the 1970s and 80s, don't he?
80s,
all of them. Chuck Wepner, fucking all of them rolled into one. Like,
yeah, he looks like he's going to get the bills paid, even if it's fighting 6-rounders or fucking in low-grade pornographies. He was built for this shit.
He was indeed. He's a fighting man. He was built for this shit. He looks like a fighter, just like Nathan Cleverly these days.
That's not Nate Cleverly. You're winding me up. Is that real?
Yeah. Boy George, somebody in the Nutters group said. It's DJ Clev the G. He's called now, Rob, on Instagram.
What's the stuff? Is someone done that to the eyebrows, or is that he's really rocked up like that? Like
that's him.
Yeah.
That's him.
That's the kind of party I want to go to. Is fucking this clown spinning his own version of fucking anti-abortion dance music. Sounds like a
that's right. That's right. He said,
yeah. The Polish woman and all. He's gone bonkers, hasn't he?
And he's gone. I know he made some good points during COVID. I'll be honest with you. He's not all bad.
Oh dear.
That's some move. He took that of himself and uploaded it. I love it. That's some boy.
In the world
Let's
of
do
AI.
it right now, then, you fucking rats.
What is with these AI posters these days, man? The Ring magazine, all their money. They're getting AI to write articles. They're getting AI Rob to do these posters. How's that Tyson Fury, man?
That looks like a black Goldberg.
He's gone heavy on the beard dye in that one, Fury, ain't he?
He has indeed. All right, a few more here. Pro Project Promotions, 3 legends, one night in Liverpool. Tony Bellew, David Hay, and Johnny Nelson live on stage for a night to remember 2 at the Titanic Hotel on Friday the 17th of April. Honest stories, real insight, no scripts. They are. So you got Tony Bellew, David Hay, and Johnny Nelson.
Tell you what, right? Is Johnny Nelson is like a programmed robot when he's on Sky, but I actually saw him on a podcast there a while back, and he was telling the story of when he was floated to fight Tyson, and it was fucking quality, man. Really, really funny. He's funny. He's totally different, like totally different, just way more natural, way more normal, just cracking on, like more self-aware about his own ability and everything as well. Like totally different guy. Like,
is that David Price on the left?
Yeah, it's David Price. Such a legend in Liverpool. Project Promotions. I'm holding the wrong name.
I hope David Price comes out with that big suit again for fucking all time's sake on that night.
Oh dear. What else have we got? I'll tell you what, we've got a whole pile. I hope everybody's ready for got the Horlicks on the go here for the night. But anyway, we'll carry on through. I think we knew that the Dalton Smith Subriel Matias pay-per-view last Saturday was never going to do huge numbers, said Dan Raphael. But the word is that they only did 17 bites worldwide.
Fucking fire sticks out of control, innit? It's out of control.
Did you see that one, Rob, with Stoke City football fans were singing at Sky Sports while they were doing the interview on the pitch? Where we've got our fire sticks.
We've got our fire sticks. Brilliant.
Sometimes you can tell how popular a fight is by just how crystal clear that stream comes in. You know, like no, I guess not many people watching tonight.
Well, if I hypothetically, in a hypothetical world, was watching the Ireland match the other night on a fire stick, and the little one was watching it in real time on her own TV and fucking jumping up and down and giving away the score, like I'd have been very frustrated with the fire stick.
Were you watching Arabic commentary or something, right?
It didn't happen to me, but if it did happen, I would have been very mad. Yeah.
If you would have preferred Arabic commentary, if that had been happening, of course, yes.
I had a joke. I'm going to leave it.
I'm looking forward to this already. Hold on to that thought, Rob.
Write it down, Rob. Write down. Get your notepad.
I tell you what I like about this tweet as well, though, the sort of little bit of analysis at the end. If so, it amounts to a lesson in economic boundaries for those responsible. Yeah, I'd say it probably does.
Talking about losing your entire arse on a car, but at least Dalton Smith had his moment, so every cloud.
Yeah, I mean they wanted $55 for that fight, and it was.
If that's true, though, in a way, it's kind of poetic justice for drug treat Subriel Matias that he got knocked out and he didn't get paid. So.
Yeah. And Eddie ended up behind the bar at Sheffield Wednesday with a £500. A lot of people are cussing Eddie for that.
Is that AI?
Is that all you put, £500? Beyond the bar at Sheffield Wednesday. So there we go. What else have we got? A few more for you here. Sulim Urbina. Boxing left me a ton of medical bills, injuries, scars, and a lot of heartache. Derek jumps in and says, "Damn, that's a shame. Makes you wish you trained a bit harder."
Well, we got 12 likes, though.
He's got some good stuff for him. I see him popping up for quite a bit. He's a witty guy, that guy. Good stuff.
Oh, good stuff indeed. Rob Tebbett's out and about, spending the cash. His own, I expect. Brooklyn Breakfast. And Dan Raphael, no greater man, jumps in below and says, "Solid. Better than your usual vomit-inducing ones." That's high praise coming from Dan.
Well, he probably wouldn't be vomiting all the time if that fucker changed his fleece.
You know, if he's exhausted all other options, Dan might want to consider vomiting all the time.
Ugh, fat Dan, man. He's a character, isn't he? I'll tell you what, there's a lot of characters around in boxing, including the Gad. Let's see what he's up to.
2 on the arms. It sounds weird, I know. Thailand, soapy massage and all that.
What?
I don't know what he was talking about there. We just got the back end, so to speak. But he's been on Instagram, James. Don't worry about it. This is what the Gad's been up to in his spare time.
No need to ask. He's a smooth operator.
Oh my God. And listen, if we get canned off of YouTube for copyright violations, the irony, looking at a backdrop of fucking Gareth Day Davies in a forever pool or whatever it is to the dulcet tones of Sade, an infinity pool to Sade overlaid. I think that's the best note to go out on.
Worth it, isn't it, Rob? Isn't it worth going down that way?
Absolutely. It's the only way I want to go down. Listening to Sade with Gareth Day Davis in an infinity pool. That's what I want.
You know, I'm here to tell Gad, like, just because you shave your crotch, it doesn't make you a smooth operator. It just makes you smooth.
I love that he fucking put his own music on that and he picked smooth operator himself. Like, it wasn't somebody just doing it. I love that he did that. Like, do you want to go well on this bit of Sade? Powerful legs. Get me looking off into the direction, whoever's filming this. Let me look the other way.
She's a woman who knows what a good shower is.
Oh my God. I'd say that the grifting and risen that the Gad has done in the lobbies of the Vegas hotels over the years is amazing. I'd love to be a fly on the wall. Like. Would
you? Really?
Yeah. Not really. Life's not that interesting anymore.
There's nothing that you could fucking see, Quintus could see as a fly on the wall there that you couldn't see in Thailand for cheaper.
Be safe, be lucky.
Yep, exactly. Could be worse. Could have turned into AEB. Matt, do you remember you sent this one in? Let's have a look.
Fuck me. God,
oh my God.
He probably got paid for that too because he's so no money.
He looks like one of those fucking kids from the Sally Struthers video grew up and kept the distended stomach.
Here's the question. How many nasty bitches did he go down on that night?
You think he would let him?
Hopefully all of them. Hopefully all of them. It's beyond tragic, that, isn't it? Like, really, all jokes aside, like, there's fucking having it all and losing everything, and there's having it all and losing everything. Like, fucking hell. That's raw, like.
Yeah, he like has been like, there's video of him like begging his fans or asking like to bring him liquor to talk to him and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, can we go to your car and get the liquor out of your car and all this wild shit? Like, yeah, it's horrible. Like, but good clip.
It's a good clip. Happy to introduce AB to Bellow of the Week. It's been a while. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. They're taking a little bit slow on mine to upload. But here we go. This is a good one. What? This is classic Asylum. Do you know what this reminded me of? Gabe. Do you remember Gabe back in the day?
Yeah.
Off with all his little like things. He was like Keith Thurman would be like Queef Thurwoman.
Yeah.
David Gay. Well, here we go. Yeah. Simp Renunciant Riate has brought back that spirit. It could be Gabe, who knows? Happy birthday for the future pound for pound number one. Bam. And Simp has renamed him Bum Rodriguez.
Why is that so funny? It shouldn't be.
I don't know why it is, but it just is.
It's so simple. He changed one fucking vowel. God damn it! It's probably because we never thought about it because Bam's nowhere close to a fucking bum. Never crossed our fucking minds.
I guess he's got beef. The El Crown Prince.
Maybe he has. He just
probably fucked his mom.
Well, maybe. Who knows? Clarissa Shields gets exposed for calling in as a fan to defend herself. Clarissa called into a YouTube channel called Hood Champion Boxing to defend things that were said about her. At first, she was speaking as if she was a supporter who personally knew Clarissa.
Fucking amazing. I heard this, man. It's fucking class. Amazing. She's like, the thing about Clarissa, she never had, she whipped more world championships. And what I'm about is, and it's like, she got into a bit of a fucking, the last person you want to take on is in a social media war is 50 Cent. And for some reason, her and her fella, Papoose, got into it with 50, and 50 was posting pictures of her looking like a man and whatnot, some uncomplimentary shit. And then Papoose did a diss track towards 50, and then 50 Cent started publishing text messages between her and her friend of his when she was supposed to be with Papoose at Christmas time and everything. And then she went into said she's going to sue 50 Cent for libel, and didn't sound guilty at all when she was pleading her case. And then she made an R&B love song for Papoose for his birthday, which I'm sure that's what he wanted for his birthday. Like he could have had like a pair of runners or something. I don't know, something that he wanted, but he got a fucking love song, auto-tune love song from Clarissa. There's a girl that rags her online, by the way. We got to fucking get her for a future BO, the American black girl. She does impressions of Clarissa Shields online, and they are fucking hilarious, but I can't remember her name. But yeah, who said lame jokes, by the way? Where are you from? California? Lame jokes, man. The fuck are you talking about? We're doing the best we can.
I'm just wondering, like, you just know that, like, there's a 3-part 50 Cent documentary coming about Clarissa Shields. They're like gonna it's gonna be like about
she's
her,
back
like
pumping this fucking Keith Thurman narrative now. That's
yeah,
everyone that was saying.
Keith Thurman.
Everyone that was wondering what Keith Thurman does
that?
next. Yeah, she's back at it again. Hopefully that's next then for them. Keith Thurman versus Clarissa Shields. I think we all want to see it, so let's make it happen.
Redemption Day.
Make it happen. Sticking with the female boxing scene, we've got Sandy Ryan here. Who asked for this? But I mean, we won't turn it down. Real titties out of fight shape titties. Don't post me using AI because I'm showing you the real shit. Thank you.
Hell yeah,
Sandy. There.
Hell yeah, Sandy. Oh fucking whoever the fuck has put that battery in your back, you show him.
Yeah, I'm all about body positivity. You go.
Yeah, we support her with whatever she chooses to do. Let's have a look what else we've got on the scene here as well. Oh, Jed Goodman here, Justin. This one's for you. Max Kellerman talking about Callum Walsh. You know who he's almost fighting like, Andre? He said during the broadcast, Max, this is, like Roy Jones. But there was only one Roy Jones who could get away with that kind of stuff. Callum Walsh, Roy Jones, you know what? I can see it.
I'm Max. I like Max, for fuck's sake.
Super dick like nobody's.
More like Roy Cropper.
God.
He's fighting like Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Cropper Jr.
MMA guy 3 years ago.
The Roy versus Enzo is probably more accurate.
No, not even that. That Roy was still better than Callum Walsh. Sorry to the Irish, but just fucking fact.
There's no one in Ireland that's going to fucking say that Callum Walsh is better than Roy Jones.
He's fighting over here. We kicked him out, he says. Fuck you, you suck.
Yeah.
We like Conor McGregor.
The banter continues. Boxing King Media has picked up on it now. We haven't got the Jamie Moore, Tommy Coyle banter factory anymore, but Dave Allen left his fighter to fend for himself. This is Boxing King Media, one of the biggest channels on Twitter. Dave Allen and Joe Howarth down in London for TalkSport media duties today. The journey home turned to disaster for Joe Howarth. Joe took the risk and went for a shit on the train. Rule number 1, check the toilet roll and make sure you have a makeshift B-day. He failed at both. The journey home can't have been pleasant for the young man. What a great story. Happy to be. Oh, sake, man. Oh, dear. I don't know. What else have we got? Oh, Isaac Warrior Lowe's jumping in. Don't worry. After the Conor Ben left, Isaac had his say. He said, no one left, no one with Eddie. We'll be all day together. Thing with social media, they've got so much quick to say. I'll leave it as that. Moss and boxes is a funny thing. But trust me, they'll both be happy. You know what? I agree.
As Muhammad Ali once said to Howard Cosell, whatever that means, if that's good, I'm that.
Do you think he's using AI, Rob? Where's the duckies?
He is, but he keeps typing IA into the fucking
chat PGT.
I'm a bastard, man. That's terrible. Fucking hell, that's terrible. Oh God.
Oh, let's have a look. What else have we got here? Oh, Eddie Hearn.
Remember Paris Fury said that Isaac Lowe was keeping everybody's spirits up in camp by beating them all at Scrabble.
That's right.
Legend, man.
What else have we got here? Jack Roworth. I'm not sure who he is, but he cornered Eddie Hearn. I asked Eddie Hearn this morning if he had anything to say about the allegations towards Prince Andrew. He said, absolutely not, if you can't hear him properly on the video. It was worth a try. I'd love to know more well-known individuals. Thoughts on the Epstein files.
Jesus, who's done that? Well, let me tell you something, son. You're going to be in the bleachers for every fucking fight. for the rest of your life. You're never getting inside the venue. You better fucking sneak in Jim Skin's jacket or something. You're never getting inside that fucking venue again.
He's getting the take aims treatment in him. See this guy over here. This
he's
fella.
getting put on
the
Fraggle Rock.
Nutters. The Epstein Nutters messenger group. Ooh, oh man.
I wonder why he'd be so sensitive about a question like that. I really wonder why. Anyway,
I can't think, Rob. I can't think. To be honest with you, maybe he was just thinking about friend of the pod, Prince Andrew Lorio from the Philippines. We've had him before. That's, I'm sure, what he was talking about, wasn't he? 7 knockouts.
Apparently, now he's just called Mountbatten Andrew Lorio.
Oh dear me. What else have we got here?
Oh, go away,
Ben
man.
Davis.
See him like
just jump off the fucking bridge.
Either he's the biggest. Do you know what? Because over the years I used to take the bait with Frotch, right? And Frotch would say something shit and we'd get a reaction on the pod and we'd be all fucking flaming him. And even though he was kind of half doing the Ricky Gervais thing where he was like, you know, he was playing a character or whatever. And then over the years it emerged that he's probably a good laugher, Carl Frotch, like, and he's very self-aware. But I'm wondering, is Davison actually sitting at home one night going, do you know what? Studied a lot of tape there, the Rumble in the Jungle. I reckon I could have got more out of Ali there. Like, reckon we could have stopped Foreman and 2 with me. Like, what a prick. Like, either way, if he's done it as a wind up, you know, whatever. Like, but if he's actually sitting home thinking, I would have loved it. Like, what would you have done differently with the fucking Muhammad Ali style? You a fucking greaseball. But good job with the Itauma. But fuck me, man. That is, yeah. I think he's on the wind up there. I can't believe he's done that. Like. Maybe though, like he's a egomaniac, isn't he? Like maybe.
Pictures of Lee Wiley doing analysis on Zora Folly. You never know. Coming next.
Yeah, unrivaled work. You're blowing a kid. You're blowing a kid.
Oh dear me. What else have we got? Yeah, boxing brings out the characters, doesn't it? This guy, I don't even know what to say. I'm just going to play.
I'm Rick Reno, and this is my fit check. Versace, Louis, Versace, custom, Rolex. This is Datejust 2, custom bezel. It's a easy night for you guys.
Fuck, I hate that fucking
fucker.
And he's still going to get fucking laid.
He's after spending about 250 grand putting clothes on a potato.
That's what he is. He's a human Mr. Potato Head.
So Mr. Potato Head Versace edition then.
Versace.
He is such a loser.
Only in boxing. Here's a sight for you, Rob.
Feels like he's only after popping up in the last 6 weeks as well. He's one of these characters like that. All of a sudden, we never heard of this fucker before, and here he is, like sitting alongside Turkey Al Sheikh in fucking £250,000 worth of clothes.
Getting the gloves on, opening up the little suitcase with the ring belt in and all. That's right.
Yeah. Rick Reno, man. And fucking, they could have had Repo Rick for half that money.
They could have done. Revenge of the Nerds.
Jesus Christ. Have we not suffered enough as a people to the hands of you lot? Like 800 years of oppression and then we get
you can have him.
800 years of oppression at the hands of the Brits, and then we have John Fisher's fucking 800-pound tits in a fucking tricolor fucking Speedos with 2 pints of Guinness. This is not right. Like,
I didn't recognize who that was at first. I thought that Tommy had switched allegiances.
Was the Good Friday Agreement all for nothing? Is that what you...
Hands across the Irish Sea, Rob. An olive branch.
Jesus
do the
Christ.
Big splash in the Irish Sea. Wasn't that what he was doing the other day in Malta, wasn't it? Belly splash. The belly splash championship.
Was it?
So yeah.
Sake.
Power plants in Tokyo.
You'd love to be on the flight back from Malta beside him, wouldn't you? Fucking have to pay to go on your holidays. Like, fucking hell.
It'd be like the Eddie Murphy sketch. Oh man.
He's lost 4 stone, Ozzy told me. Ozzy keeps up to date regularly. Right? I don't need any prompts to know where John Fisher is at in his life, because Ozzy daily sends me this. I've seen this one before. That was my happy St. Patrick's Day, but Ozzy tells me he's lost 4 stone. So, you know.
Don't know how. Anyway, he's got the flags. He's going to go to Devonish. There you are. That's where Usyk against Rico, so he can play.
Rico
Damo's
Suave.
obsessed, man. Damo's absolutely obsessed with the Devonish. I'm gonna have to bring him over and take him down there. It's not all it's cracked up to be, Rob. I don't know if you've ever been.
No, I'm going to skip it, actually.
Kind of worry.
Let me know what it was like.
Kind of worry about this event. What are the Iranians' feelings on the Egyptians? Like, do we have to worry about the pyramids getting knocked down, fucking blowing up at the same time?
Knock down the pyramids is a big spaceship would just fly out from under them.
Your question is, if that happened, would they refund my pay-per-view money?
I don't think so. A few more videos for you. You'll be pleased to hear. Action that you might not have seen. I know Matty's gone through all the stuff, the ProBox, the Sky Sports, and all the bits and pieces. But we have a heavyweight clash in Africa, and then we have a bit of Angel Fierro and a bit of a butterbean imitator. First of all, in Africa, you know things are going bad for you when you take a swing and fall over for the Central African title, and the ring announcer actually trolls you about the result. So let's have a listen.
The boxer from Uganda, Hutchinson, took off the gloves in round 6. But I had personally, as the supervisor of this bout, gone with the referee to see him and told him that this is a title fight, it will be a 10 round. If he had any dispute, he would have said no right there. But he doesn't go and fight 6 rounds, then he says he doesn't want to fight. In that case, I have to declare the winner for the East and Central Africa title. So, by retirement, the winner by technical knockout from red corner, Maurice Okola.
There's a lot going on.
Knocked out in Africa. See,
Nairobi, Kenya, that one, Rob. There you go, man.
See, I probably told this one before on the pod, but you see the way you said he was from Uganda. There was a man from my town, and he was a delivery boy until he was like 65. I'm not going to name him, but there was something wrong with him, right? And he had a fairly heavy speech impediment. But the urban legend goes that he was at a table quiz one night, and they said to him, "Where is Uganda?" And he said, "Out in Crosstown next to Migani. That's the cemetery."
Maybe the announcer will tell that one next time.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Oh dear. Right, final few. I'm getting to the final few here, but we have got quite a lot for Bellew the quarter. Angel Fierro, he fought Isaac Cruz recently, gave quite a good account of himself, but I think he has a bit of a temper on him, it's fair to say.
Es abismal la diferencia de rapidez entre uno y otro.
Cuidado. No puede hacerte así. No perdemos la cordura y ahora...
Eso no puede. ¿Esto qué es? Patadas y de todo, pero bueno.
Tiró patada. ¿Y qué es esto, señores?
Bárbaro.
¿Y qué es esto?
Deberían descalificar.
Se nos olvidamos que somos profesionales.
Sí, no, esto es descalificación clarísima, mira. O sea,
deberían descalificado, está diciendo, descalificado, dijo. El referí está haciendo
qué manera de perder.
No days off, man. Kicks and all from that fella.
He was barely unhappy. I wonder what led up to that moment.
I have no idea. He failed to make weight, didn't he? Wasn't it the Cruz rematch, Matty, that he failed to make weight or something? He's maybe
like that.
Maybe struggling at home. I don't know. Talking about failing to make weight. Well, he might. Well, not for long. I wouldn't have thought by the looks of it. 330-pound heavyweight Dylan Pumphrey was back in action. Just the 330 pounds. I thought it was Butterbean at first, but he doesn't even aspire to be at that level. Let's have a look.
It's now Josh popped him.
It's like a donut flew out.
It was a good little tactic, that one, actually.
Stop flapping your tongue and start moving your hands.
Yeah. Oh, did he just slip?
No, that was a punch coming in.
It was a punch?
Yep. Nice short punch. Dylan was rushing in, trying to land his right, and he ran right into it.
Jesus Christ.
Hang on a minute. I'm stopping that one early. I'm going to play that again. Who's that guy who says there was a punch coming? Let's hang on.
That was a punch.
Let's watch that again here.
It's now Josh popped him.
It's like a donut flew out.
It was a good little tactic, that one, actually.
Stop flapping your tongue and start moving your hands.
Yeah. Oh, did he just slip?
No, that was a punch coming in.
It was a punch?
Yep. Nice.
Yeah,
There was
anchor
totally a
punch.
left hand.
Anchor punch.
That, man?
That was quicker than the anchor punch that Ali hit Liston with in the rematch. It's very shades of Ali there.
I think he fell into his glove. I think he's fat ass slipped and hit the glove. Is what happened.
You feel bad for your man, the Hammer, there, wouldn't you? Like, he's got his sequin shorts, he's got the braids done and everything for his big moment, and then that's his opponent. Like, all the commentators are like laughing at him for being a fatty and all. Do you hear your one season hysterics and stuff? Yeah, there he is,
and some random English woman. Who are these people?
Yeah. So hey, look at this fatty, and then he falls over. And, did he slip?
Yeah. No, there was a punch. There was.
Well, the real sad thing is I actually watched some of that card because it was a pay-per-view.
What card?
Oh my God, that was a pay-per-view.
It was allegedly on the Fire Stick.
Oh, right, okay.
No, missed that one.
Well, what happens on the Fire Stick stays on the Fire Stick. Maybe that one should have stayed on the Fire Stick.
Maybe that one should have stayed on the Fire Stick. Exactly.
Then Nicky, your man, like, pull him back up there, Steve. Will you? We have a look at him.
On,
fuck's sake.
Let's have a look. I'll play the full thing. 45 seconds long. Here we go.
Josh popped him.
Like a donut flew out.
It was a good little tactic, that one, actually.
Stop flapping your tongue and start moving your hands.
Yeah. Oh, did he just slip?
No, that was a punch coming in.
It was a punch?
Yep. Nice short punch. Dylan was rushing in, trying to land his right, and he ran right into it.
And it is over.
Oh, it's over. Wow, that was fast.
That's a good decision.
Hit down off the ring.
His one goal was to hit Josh in the mouth to see what happens. He did land the punch. He did hit him in the mouth.
Is that what Fisher looked like when he was young?
He's been given a license by someone. They want to get them now and put him under the fucking jail. Whoever's giving him a license, like, that's fucking not right. Like, look at the fucking stadium. The commentators were saying, "Hey, a donut fell out of it," just as the clip started. Fuck's sake.
Margarine bean.
I can't believe it's not butterbean. Is that what you're saying?
Oh dear. Right, let's have a look. Zoo for boxing. I think they're protesting too much a little bit here, trying to back up their new man Conor Benn. No reference needed, just results. Conor has been building a resume you can't ignore. 24-1, 3-0 versus American opponents. Ring Magazine Fight of the Year. 20-2 amateur record. He is the son of former multi-weight world champion Nigel Benn. He spent 12 years of his childhood residing in Mallorca, Spain. What the fuck's that?
The mean streets of Mallorca.
I'm going to say, I've been there twice. It's actually quite nice. What the fuck's that got to do with
it? It's lovely. It's like a seaside paradise.
In Australia as an amateur.
Yeah.
And he likes candlelit dinners, long walks in the park, and prefers hand jobs to blowjobs.
He likes a pound oat. That's what he likes.
He does indeed. He does indeed. Damo has been jumping in on this one. 50,000 eggs consumed on a single sitting. 1-0 record against Jesus for the number of times he's found God. Officially in the Guinness Book of World Records for most. I can't read that. Brubs used in a sentence ever. 49 years, the average age of his opponents. 270 blank pages in his legal dossier to the WBC. He once had a Rolls Royce with heated seats and once fought in the Chelsea suite at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. Well done. Oh dear. Conor Benn. Can't laugh at him. He's a man of loyalty.
My loyalty to Eddie is to Matchroom. You can't teach that. You know, I'm grateful for the way they've stuck by me throughout this. I'm grateful for the way they've supported me, and I know where my bread's buttered. You know, I'm well looked after at DAZN, well looked after at Matchroom. Get paid double elsewhere? I mean, if that can even happen, get paid double elsewhere. My loyalty would still stand with Matchroom. You know, I've literally extended my contract. You know, so people go, "Oh, why would you do that? Why did you do that? You know, this is there and that's there and that's there. The grass is never greener." You know, what matters to me is the way they've stuck by me. Eddie taking a beating for the past year. His own match and taking a beating, you know, as much as I have as well on social. So, you know, I look at that and I go, someone who can fight my corner, when really they didn't have to. You know, loyalty goes so far with me, you know.
I enjoyed the guy killing the bugs in the background the whole time.
What were you saying about McGregor? Sorry, Rob, before that started.
McGregor was interested, wasn't he, in the Ben Zuffa deal, because they're floating him on a comeback fight, and he's like, "Well, if I'm looking at what's Conor Ben, what's the Mac worth? What's the Mac worth to the company?" Maybe they can fight each other. They probably will, actually. That'll probably be the next fucking.
Yeah,
that'll be this.
Yeah, exactly.
That could happen. Like, he seemed very genuine there, Conor Ben, and everything he was saying.
Man of the people.
I would rather watch both of them shove their heads up their asses and fight for air personally.
In fairness to him, he said, if they give me double the money, I'd still stay with Matchroom. But if it's triple the money, fuck Eddie Hearn, Sky Nicholson, the whole lot of them, Frank Smith. I'm out
Frank
of here.
Smith, you wanker, T-boy. Oh, dear me. Right. Final few, I think. I hope. Who knows? Zuffa Boxing. And there's your chance to earn your very own Zuffa Boxing replica belt. It gets better than that, though, gents. Get your Zuffa Boxing commemorative left hand boxing.
You don't even get
the left glove is $900, and the right one is also another $100 on top.
That's a bargain.
They are. Get stuck in there, James. You could be like Jay Opataya. You could get both. Oh, he's had a tough time of it, poor old Jay. Hopefully he comes out the other side. And what else have we got? Final couple, and then a couple of videos just to finish us off. Oscar De La Hoya. I did enjoy this one in the lawsuit that was filed by the Virgil Ortiz's team. They put as article number 16 here. Although Mr. De La Hoya has had legendary boxing career, he has a history of substance abuse and rocky relationships with other boxing promoters. In recent years, he has unprofessionally attacked his peers and other boxing luminaries on social media platforms, including weekly Instagram video rants in which he often concludes by telling various boxers and promoters to fuck themselves.
Fucking the cheek of this guy. That's a good boss. That's a fucking good boss. Like, what do you want him to do? Big up Eddie Hearn? No, Eddie Hearn suck my fucking. You know what I mean? That's what time De La Hoya is on. Like, fuck that. Sick of these guys turning on De La Hoya when they get money. Like,
it happens quite a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. Canelo, Ryan,
yeah, everybody. De La Hoya builds them up. Like, he's obviously the fucking main man in boxing. Like, and there's nothing wrong with him. He's very sane.
He's a good guy.
He'll probably share his drugs with you and shit.
Yeah.
He's coming back, guys. He's fighting the winner of Pacquiao and Floyd. That's on Netflix. Just get used to it. He's doing the ring walk in the fucking. He's doing the ring walk.
Fake six pack and all.
No, he's doing it in the fucking stockings and everything. He's just out. He's going to be out. It's going to be fucking. That's what sells these days.
Yep. Misfits Boxing. What have we got here? Oh, so Fabio Wardley got his belt. He said, obviously, got the medallions either side on his WBC. No, was it WBO belt? I think he got a WBA. What did he win? WBO belt, I think it was. For some reason, one says the date I won it, and the other one says Fabio Wardley, the White Rhino. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here then? It took me a little while as well. I held it. I looked for a bit at the belt. I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool, showing it to me coach and whatever. And then I looked at it again, and I thought, what the fuck? White Rhino? I thought, who? Dave Allen hasn't won this title. I think my only deduction is that they got somewhere along the lines of White Collar Wardley. It's not even my nickname, so I don't even know why they stuck it on there in the first place. I've done it to myself. So, yeah, I think that's what happened. They sent me a fresh one. They redid it. I've checked it. All right, no more Dave Allen. So, yeah.
It's safe to say, if I was a betting man like Maddie, that's the only time Dave Allen's name would be on a world title belt.
What the? How does that even fucking happen?
I don't know.
It's not like, he was, like the engraver started because he's walking down the 17th fairway at St. Andrews with a 7-shot lead on the fucking last round. Like, this thing fucking locked in, put his name in there. Fucking, it's like the most random thing fucking ever. It's like, Dave Allen? Like, really? It's like, well, someone has to have high hopes for him other than him.
He does indeed. Right, 2 more videos and then we're out of here. First of all, Sky Nicholson isn't much of a puncher, but she knows how to throw the shots when she needs to. Derek Chisora was trying it on. Wasn't happening.
Thanks. When are we going to grab dinner?
Whoa.
Well, when are we gonna grab dinner?
Don't be coming at me like that.
Don't you like dinner or what?
I like dinner on my own.
All right. I'm going to spit it out.
You kind of got to respect that. She like gave zero fucks about anything there. She's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, I like the way that'd make me like her more though if I was Chisora.
Oh.
Not Chisora.
It doesn't sound good.
No. Fair play to her for fucking stand up for herself though. Go fuck yourself. You know I'm going with Eddie, man. This is fucking what are you trying to do here? Like you put me on camera, you know fucking who my man is. Don't think I was posting pictures of his Jordans for nothing. Get out of my face, there, Chisora.
When are we gonna get dinner?
Well said. And I forgot to play this one earlier when we were talking about the guard. It seems that he is rubbing everyone up the wrong way, so to speak, including commentator John Rawling, who forgot he was on camera.
Looking phenomenal, Shep. There's something tight about you that I can see.
I'm very excited. I've seen this in the past, but I just want to lock in a fight and put in work and have fun.
Talk to us about tonight. You know these big occasions in the UK. This might not bring back great memories for you, this place. We were here with you last year. It has a special atmosphere, the Manchester Arena, doesn't it?
Nothing beats this atmosphere. Nothing beats fighting in this venue, if you know what I mean.
Fuck's sake.
Did you hear? What was the guard saying? Something about, oh, you're looking really tight.
He's like, there's something really tight about you. There's something really tight about you.
The mime from your man, amazing. Fuck's sake, man.
Oh dear. Right. I think we have finally reached the end of our tether. That's all the ones that I have. And I don't know if anybody's got any that I want to. I know, Rob, I was trying to cut it actually. I didn't get it in time. But Spencer Oliver, I think he had a bit of a slip, didn't he? Was he talking about the guard as well? I'm not sure.
He was trying to talk about Moses Itauma, and he said he was going to say this kid is the future, and he was like, this cunt is, and he goes, oh no.
Oh, Spencer Oliver. Anything, James, that stuck out to you? I know it's difficult coming at it, but over the last few weeks or even over last night, or anything humorous? If not, we can move on.
Oh no, my pick of the bunch from them though would be blowjob signals from John Rowland, mate. To be honest with you, that's unreal. That is. He looked like AI.
Should have said it was AI. Trying to get out of
it. Isaac Lowe pulling the strings. Matty, anything you want to throw in that's made you laugh over the last few weeks?
No. Anything that's fucking I've either forgotten or you put it up in there.
Good stuff. Justin, what about yourself, sir?
I'm good.
Justin's good. He is indeed. Let's go through them very quickly before my laptop died. It's down to the last 20%. It's a race against time. We will do it. Damo through this earlier. The tallest world champions. We had Anna Woolhouse, the Appreciation Fan Society. Ebbs is yesterday's news. Sky's soiled undies, though. Hey, maybe Chisora is going to buy them. Brave enough. Prince Patel.
Got to be honest, yeah.
Absolutely. Chris Lovejoy. Bit of Father Dave against Tony Abbott, the political puncher. Al Bernstein, 7-year anal. We have Mr. Colantonio calling people out. Mr. Cleverly, not calling anybody out. Maybe he's coming out himself. AI, Tyson Fury, don't know what the Ring Magazine are doing. Liverpool legend David Price being misnamed by a Liverpool company. We had Dalton Smith and Subiel Matias doing 17 buys worldwide, which meant Eddie could only put £500 behind the bar. We had Miss Urbina.
That's like $1,000 almost. I mean, that's not small.
Well, yeah, exactly. And really nice Derek getting stuck in. Rob Tebbett getting stuck into a sandwich. Dan Raphael giving the thumbs up of approval for that
he
one.
knows sandwiches.
He does indeed. Does he know Bum Rodriguez?
He's the bird sugar of sandwiches.
The bird sugar.
And he's the Dan Raphael of boxing journalism.
The diabetic Bert Sugar. We've got Da Scoop. Carissa Shields is scooping herself. Scoop up a bit of Sandy Ryan. If you want to see the real shit, she'll show it to you on Instagram.
God.
Max Kellerman comparing Callum Walsh to Roy Jones, naturally. Shits on the train. This is what is happening on Boxing Media. Isaac Warrior Low getting stuck in there with a decipherable message. Prince Andrew. Eddie Hearn says no comment. And there's Prince Andrew himself. What else have we got here? Ben Davison photoshopping himself in with the great Ali. Natural segue over to Big John himself. Perhaps in the sexy man. On the streets of Mallorca, Conor Ben, good work from Damo there. Conor Ben is loving life, keeping it humble, clearly. We had the Zuffa fallout as well.
Look at this side of that.
J.R. Patoya, De La Hoya and the lawsuit. And finally, we had Dave Allen, the White Rhino, receiving his name on the title belt instead of Fabio Wardley. I'll not go through the videos. I'll just mention them very quickly. A couple of John Fury getting angry with Bunsey. We had John Fury, the BBC documentary. The Gad Thai massage. Gad on Instagram as well. Adrian Broner doing the dance in the bar. Rick Reno fitting himself out with Versace. We had the heavyweight clash in Africa. Angel Fierro kicking people. The big fat guy throwing a punch and going down. Conor Ben talking about loyalty, mate. And Derek Chisora trying to hit on Sky. And then finally, John Rawling doing his best impression of the Gad. It has been quite a lot to get through. James, you've already thrown yours in. You're happy for Rawling. Not a Gad fan over there, I take it?
Well, I actually forgot about Bum Rodriguez as well. But I think I'll go for Rawling, yeah.
John Rawling and the Gad for that one. What about you, Matty? Who are you going for? Belly of the Week, episode 656.
I think that you guys are dismissing just how absolutely insane it is that Clarissa Shields would call into a podcast to defend herself. Is
it insane, though? Is it really?
Insane. And she has such a fragile ego. It goes to the quote.
It's almost as if she reads every online comment about her.
I didn't freaking tag her. That'd be like the easiest way to get anybody to respond. If like Clarissa Shields talk shit to her tagger, you're involved.
God, it's a good job she wasn't as aware a couple of years ago, because Ozzy used to be fucking laying waste to that hairline. Like we would never know what could have happened. Like
she'd have called him and be like, I like the hairline of Clarissa Shields.
Yeah.
That shit's real popping.
Who are you going for, Justin?
I gotta go with DJ Clev G.
Oh, DJ Clev G. This could be a tie here now. Rob, what about yourself?
Quote.
There's too much choice. Quote. There's too much choice. The quote is a good one, but listen, call me old school. Something about Bam Rodriguez deserves to win it.
That's what I was going to go for as well, actually.
Bum Rodriguez. That's my bad. Out of nowhere, like.
It's so simple, God damn it.
But he even puts the question mark as if he's looking for approval.
And he's gotten it.
Or the gay part of it, yeah.
I don't even have anything against Bam Rodriguez. I think he's a fucking brilliant fighter, but that's just the fucking, that is outstanding.
I think so too. I'm going to go for that one as well. Yes, congratulations, Mr. El Crown Prince, Sim Renunciate, over on the Matchroom Boxing feed on Twitter. You are the Belly of the Week winner for episode 656. Congratulations. Me, Matty, I fairly pulled us into the realms here. I think I've got about 50 minutes there. I do apologise, but we had a good laugh, didn't we, at the end of the day?
Bum Rodriguez.
Who was it who said lame gags? Shout out to him as well.
Anyhow, it's been a good time. Des dropped in for a while. We've had James, Justin, Rob Kelly, and of course, Mr. Steve Wellington running the wonderful Bellew of the Quarter. And I think it's fair to call it the Bellew of the Quarter. That's about where we're coming in at, and that's fine. Gives us a lot of ammo, almost an hour's worth of ammo there. So for all the guys and for the folks in the Boxing Nutters Messenger group, I thank you fine people for stopping by. We'll see you next Sunday to talk about what kind of shit show Wilder versus Chisora ended up being. You folks have a good one.